Roberson with some pressure. Feel the heat. Ball's airborne. Kwiatkowski's got the pick. Here for Central Michigan. This time he takes it to the house for a touchdown. Pick six for the star middle linebacker of Central Michigan.
Let's get nasty on a Thursday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
I can't believe this crap.
Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter, proud alum of the Central Michigan Chippewas. You know, as I sat down...
CMU Donkeys, isn't it?
As I sat down and watched the game last night with my family, I turned to my kids. I say, hey, you guys got to watch Daddy's alma mater tonight. It's an important game.
How long did that last?
And they said, why is it important, Daddy? I said, because, as you guys know, Uncle Carey and Uncle Jamie, they're being jerks today, guys. Sit down. Let me tell you about these two. You know how we do.
Being a jerk first. You didn't.
He had Central.
He had him on the money line.
He had him on the money line. He believed. I said, so Uncle Carey and Uncle Jamie, they decided out of spite they were going to root against my Chippewas. And Killian looked at me and goes, why would they do that, Daddy? That doesn't make sense. I thought they were your friends. And I said, man, me too. I thought that too, son. And Lincoln was like, I should double punch those guys right in the face. And I said, Lincoln, you absolutely should. But you know what? We're not going to do that. We're going to just sit here and we're going to watch our Chippewas. And Marsh, it wasn't always pretty.
No.
Okay? It wasn't always pretty. Buffalo had an interception on their first possession, set up a field goal. They got up at some point 10-7, but every single time CMU needed to come back, answer, they did. Dominated the second half like a true group of five playoff contender should. 24 points in the second half, 2 defensive touchdowns. They forced 5 turnovers. And I told you guys, you had about 16 hours at the time of the text. I said, you guys have about 16 hours or so to right a wrong.
I didn't understand that.
I was confused.
To do the right thing, right or wrong, what does that even mean?
Disrespectful last night in Bet the Board. Didn't believe in the chips.
How do you right or wrong?
Didn't believe in me.
I don't
Didn't
get it.
believe in some of the defensive players that put on an absolute show last night.
I don't think he is. I don't think he knows what he wrote.
In the end, spite never wins.
No, really doesn't.
Oh, talking to Anthony about that?
CMU 38. Carey and Jamie's Buffalo Bulls 19. I hope the Buffalo Bulls enjoyed the Bennigans in Mount Pleasant. Hope they got one of those apps where sample platter apps. And then I hope they got out of Mount Pleasant with their ass squarely kicked.
38 to not enough, Anthony.
38 to not enough is right. So, my question to you guys, Carey and Jamie. Do you guys think, after what you saw last night, CMU deserves maybe some mention in that group of 5 conversation?
I mean, the way that they play, I don't know if you put that more on the Buffalo Bulls and
5 turnovers.
Their inability to.
They didn't secure the ball.
I mean, that first half was
2
rough,
defensive
brother.
touchdowns.
That first half was rough. I was watching it, and I just told you in the office. It was at one point like I know what football is, and this ain't it for either team. Like, this is bad ball.
Yeah, some games start slow.
And then Steph Curry put up 22 in the third quarter, and I was like, I'm out of here. I want to watch that. Then turned back on, and I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bulls decided not to show up, unfortunately. It happens. To your question, do I think that this Central Michigan team is capable or playoff ready? No, I don't.
Not yet.
Yeah, not this year.
Okay.
But the thing about football, you keep working, you work your tail off, and eventually you'll get the results.
Well, you know what, Carey? There's a coach out there that said the mindset shouldn't be playoffs or bust. There's a lot more to play for.
Yep, and Central Michigan lives by that.
100%.
Well, their coach doesn't care if they win or lose.
Coach Drinkall.
Coach Matt Drinkall.
Drinkall. Drink. Coach Drinkall.
No, he believes in the playoffs. Okay.
Anthony, I got a question for you.
Absolutely.
We had someone that texted in that said no one cares. There's a lot of people that care.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of people that care. But I have a question for you. And This is no offense to the MAC, a great
Great conference.
Yeah.
Underrated conference.
But with these group of 5 teams in general, how do these programs compete with the Power 4? And do they need, and we talked about this with the college football playoff, do they need that one spot to garner more interest from players? So the players that maybe can't go play at Power 4 schools, they can look at a team like Central Michigan or any other team. Pick your group of 5 team.
Yeah, I think you nailed it with CMU.
CMU, we'll use them as the example. Can they go to a school like that and say, I still have a chance to compete for a national championship because this group of 5, a group of 5 team gets a chance at the college football playoff? Does that make any sense?
It does, Marsh. And what I would tell those young men is, hey, you may go to other programs and be, I don't know, second string. But here, you have an opportunity to show what you're worth, what your medal is. Mm-hmm. And you could potentially get into that playoff and shove it square where the sun don't shine when it comes to some of those Power 4 conferences.
Anthony, I'm being serious right now.
Absolutely.
This is a serious question.
Absolutely. You go to a program like CMU, do what you did last night, put on an absolute show in front of that home crowd, and eventually make it into the playoffs. Cause some damage.
I think they played a really good game. I think in order for programs like that to make it to the college football playoffs, a few things have to happen. You got to hit on your in-state talent, right? Mm-hmm. You got to make sure that you keep those guys, the guys that are overlooked by the Michigans, the Michigan States of the world, right? The Ohio. So you got.
Well, I mean, you had me at Michigan. Michigan State. I mean, if you would have went to Ohio State, that certainly makes sense.
I got to Ohio State. I wanted to start in the state of Michigan first.
Yeah. Listen, your point's well made with Michigan.
Okay. Yeah, well, either way.
What is going on?
I don't know.
What's going on right now?
He doesn't believe in Michigan State, clearly. But if you get those guys that may fall through the cracks of those schools, right? Mm-hmm. You bring those guys in, you got to hit on a couple of them. Now, here's the unfortunate part about that.
NIL.
There you go. Because if you only got a year, maybe 2, and then Michigan State is going to be calling. I know you don't think that they're comparable, but Michigan State will. Not to Michigan, but we're talking about CMU, man. Stay locked in.
Okay.
I can't even right now.
So you only got a couple years with those really good players if they become really good. Mm-hmm. So your window it's a small window.
Yeah, here's the thing about NIL. Here's the thing about NIL. And Kerry, I'm not faulting you on this because you played most of your games.
Bennigan's kick in with NIL money?
Probably not. No.
You get a free meal.
No, they might slide you something.
Or something.
But here's the thing, Kerry. I don't blame you because you spent most of your days in college football playing on Saturdays, right? And everybody plays on Saturdays, and it's college football day and all that stuff, right? So you have to have a certain mentality to play in the middle of the week.
I don't disagree.
In freezing cold temperatures
on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
Wednesday if you're CMU.
MAC. Well, Wednesday this year they didn't believe in us, and that's fine. Okay, I hope last night the MAC took notice. But when it comes to those games, when you're playing in front of about 17 people and it's freezing, and the only place to eat is a solid Bennigan's, one of the last ones left in America,
the
right?
Last one, I believe.
You better be damn sure that you want to play football. Okay, it's not about the money when you play in MACtion. Okay, it's about the actual game, your teammates, and your pride. Again, Kerry, I don't blame you for playing. You played on Saturdays. You don't understand that. But when you play on Tuesday and Wednesday, you better be doing it for the foosball and not for the NIL money.
I'm with you there.
Well, there's another component too, is that you have to worry about if you build a group of 5 program up, that your coach might leave. We saw that with a lot of coaches, where if you build a good enough program, they will get plucked.
If you build it, they will leave.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Is how the saying goes. Yeah. Well,
Jamie, what are your thoughts on that Central Michigan game last night? What'd you feel? You watched it. You were there.
I'm a little disappointed in the conditioning of the Bulls. I felt like they were there for half the game, and then the second half they ran out of gas. Every time I turned around, they were turning the ball over. Clearly, they were out the night before. Clearly, they were overserved at Bennigan's. I believe it was a strategy by the Chips They've used it before. I went digging in the archives on Google and see that several teams that come in a day early, somehow they call it the Bennigan's flu. The next day they don't quite. They're fine in the first half, but in the second half they get
Starts sitting in. Yeah.
I did hear that the NCAA is investigating,
Allegedly.
and that CMU could have that victory stripped from them.
Allegedly.
I doubt it. Undefeated at home. Still an opportunity to play in the MAC title game, and now bowl eligible. Congratulations.
Fire up, Chips. Fire up, Chips. Fire up, Chips. Fire up, Chips.
Oh, they were all saying it yesterday when they were mocking me. Yeah. And then when their Bulls got their ass kicked last night, all of a sudden we don't have anything to say. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, anything to say.
Coming up next.
Do the Blues need their next Ryan O'Reilly in order to take the next step like my CMU Chippewas did last night? We'll talk about it next on 101 ESPN. I told you I was going to be insufferable today.
You got it. If you are thinking about selling your home right now, this time of year in the St. Louis area, please don't just trust the sale of your home with just any realtor out there. Maybe it's a friend of the family or somebody who's been doing it for a couple of years. Don't do that to yourself. Call Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty. Gloria Lou has been in the business for well over 20 years in the St. Louis area, which is why she understands exactly what to price your home for. And Gloria Lou has thousands of buyers in waiting. And you ask yourself, well, why does that matter? Well, because it matters that the moment you list your home for the right price, Gloria Lou has somebody ready, willing, and able to purchase your home right then and there. You'll get max value for your home. You'll get to the closing table as fast as you possibly can, and then you'll thank Gloria Lou afterwards. But before you do any of that, you got to call her. Call Gloria Lou. Please tell her that Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her phone number is 314-325-6888. Again, that number is 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
It's Fastline on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Kerry Davis, and Jamie Rivers. Do the Blues need their next Ryan O'Reilly in order to take the next step? Marsh, Jamie, I know you guys were discussing this in the office before the show. Do you guys think that the Blues are missing a foundational piece, somebody like Ryan O'Reilly to bring everything together, not just from an on the ice standpoint, but also from a leadership and setting the tone standpoint? I know Braden Shen is a great leader. They've got other leaders within that locker room, so this is no knock against any veteran in that locker room. But do you feel as though they might be missing somebody to kind of bring everything together, such as Ryan O'Reilly did in 2019?
So this is more about what some other teams have done. So I guess let's backpedal. 2019, Marsh and I were talking about the Blues, and if you look at that team did not have a superstar. You could argue they had star players, like Jordan Binnington absolutely was a star during that playoff run. Alex Pietrangelo was a star. Up front, you had several stars that played really well in the playoffs, but like even Tarasenko that year wasn't even an 80-point player during the season. So he was a good player. He wasn't a superstar. So what made it tick then? Like, why was it so successful? It's because you had foundational pieces there. You had guys like Ryan O'Reilly, Braden Shen, Alex Steen, Jaden Schwartz, Jay Bouwmeester, Joel Edmondson, Robert Bortuzzo. Like, you had foundational pieces there that made that work. And so Marsh and I were talking about it. We said, okay, so what about some of these other teams? And we ultimately circled around to the Florida Panthers, because Florida Panthers were a President's Trophy winning team. Bounced. Sasha Barkov, homegrown talent, one of the greatest players in the league, two-way centerman, all-around leader, foundational piece, you'd think. But he wasn't enough. So what did they do? The Florida Panthers traded a 115-point player in a package with another top pair defenseman, Mackenzie Weegar, in order to acquire Matthew Tkachuk. Meanwhile, they had already acquired Sam Bennett and Sam Reinhart. So the Florida Panthers put together 4 foundational pieces, along with homegrown Aaron Ekblad on defense, to create what they have now as a championship team. So that's why Marsh was like, do the Blues need a superstar or do they need a foundational piece?
And you could argue that they have their foundational pieces here, but maybe the question is, do they need one more? And what I think about with, Ryan O'Reilly or Matthew Tkachuk or any of the players that you just named, they're skilled players, but they're gritty players. I don't know if the Blues have that guy right now where you can mix skill, high-level talent with that grit. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I just don't see it right now. And I think that's ultimately what they're missing.
Yeah, and I agree with that. So, if we go back again, let's just go to the last couple of championship teams that we know, some of the more prominent teams. The Vegas Golden Knights. They had Mark Stone. They went and got Jack Eichel, Alex Pietrangelo, Marchessault was already there. So some of the other pieces were already there. But as we know, Vegas could never get over the hump until they got a couple of foundational pieces and really good players in Eichel and Pietrangelo. The Tampa Bay Lightning, that's a team that's synonymous with having superstars because of the way Stevie Yzerman drafted, and they were terrible for an extended period of time, and they had, name it, Stamkos, Kucherov, Braden Point, Hedman, all these guys. What could they not do? Win it. Until they decided to add grit. The McDonoughs, the Zach Bogosians, the Pat Maroons of the world. These guys that were
how do you identify it, though?
That's what I say.
That's the problem. We're trying to look for that guy.
Yeah, because I think I completely agree with what you guys are saying. And I think that applies to all sports, right? That grit to know you're a really good team, but you're not going to become great unless you win it. You can bring in guys that have won it before, certainly, but that doesn't guarantee that you're going to.
It's not necessarily the recipe.
Right. So you're going to the. It's almost like shopping for, ingredient. You're trying to shop for ingredients that you don't know what combination will work in order to give you a great meal. You have an idea, but until you test it out, taste test, see if it works or not, you just won't know. And I feel like this applies to other sports as well. Quarterbacks, great quarterbacks have grit, but how do you measure that? How do you measure that in college? You could talk yourself into a player and say, he's a gritty player. Was he gritty for a play? Was he gritty for a game? Or was he gritty for his career?
Is he any good or just gritty?
Right. Does he have Dylan Gabriel's arm? I mean,
wow.
I think the only way to find if a player has grit is to actually see it. Like, there are some things, like, you can test how fast a player is, how hard they shoot a puck. You can do, you can see certain things, but grit is something that's internal. Like, I got hit in the face, and okay, I'll get up and I want to do it again. Now I'm going to go hit you in the face. Okay, I'm going to skate harder to go get that puck because I know that that's what I'm going to do the things that, most people are not willing to do, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to continue to do it over and over and over. And I think this team, they do need more gritty players. I think they have a few, but those gritty players aren't their best players, and that can be a bit problematic. I think even like, even some superstars, they still have levels of grit to. Like, I think Sidney Crosby is a superstar, but he's not soft. He's not going to duck or hide or run away from the hard parts of the game. You have to be willing to go through the hard part in order to get to the easy part. And I think at times we've seen this team not be willing to do that over and over and over. Maybe a play, maybe here and there, but that's not what a good team does. A good team is going to do it every single time. You'll do it more times than you won't do it. And I think it's the other way around right now for the Blues.
And I think it's also, like, the grit is one part of it. You also have to be a player that makes a difference. And I think that's what we're identifying here is, like, the Jack Eichels, the Alex Petrangelos, Ryan O'Reillys. And if we go to Matthew Tkachuk, Sam Bennett.
Like David Perron on the 2019 team. That guy would punch your face, but he would also put the puck in the back of the net.
And he was uber competitive. So I just go back to, I was watching Amazon had that Face Off show on the Prime Network or whatever. It's really cool to see what length, like, Matthew Tkachuk will go to win. And not only is he a very talented player, we know that. He's gritty, we know that. But in that series, they have him playing against Brad Marchand, a clip of him playing against Brad Marchand when Marchand was with the Bruins from the year before in the playoff run, where Sam Bennett concussed Marchand, and then Marchand took a game off and came back the next game. And as he's skating to the bench, Tkachuk skates by him and goes, "Unbelievable. I've never seen it in my life." Marchand looks at me and goes, "I've never seen a captain, just quit on his team like you have." Because you don't need to show up last game. Now you're going to show up for this one? No chance. You quit.
Wow.
And then, and Brad Marchand says, "Nobody's ever got to me like that."
Yeah.
He's like, because Brad Marchand's a gritty guy. Like, he plays for everything. And he goes, "Here's this guy telling me I've quit on my team." He goes, "For a split second, I had to ask myself, have I?"
Wow.
But in that moment, like, and it's not, like, finding those types of guys is very unique. That's why I've called the Tkachuks unicorns before. But it's uber competitive, guys that will do anything to win, but guys that are good enough to help your team win.
Would you guys rather have a team full of players that love to win or a team full of players that hate to lose?
I'm sorry?
Say that again.
Would you rather have a team full of players that love to win, or would you rather have a team full of players that hate to lose?
Hate to lose.
Yeah, probably hate to lose.
Hate to lose.
Should be the same thing, but
It should be, but it's not.
It's not,
It is different. It is different. Because you like to win, that's great. And if you don't win, you're okay. Well.
Yeah.
But if you hate to lose, you can't function.
Right. Yeah, I would say hate to lose.
Well, we get some text from the Air Comfort Service text line, and
we would.
They're bringing up some players that the Blues already have on their team right now, like Dylan Holloway, the 573, or not the 573, a different texter brought up Dylan Holloway, said maybe he's not that player just yet. He's still building towards that younger player. Another player, Jake Neighbors, as well. Could you see those two players?
Somebody on here, I feel bad because I love Jake. But someone said, if Neighbors can stay healthy and not become gun-shy from injuries, he's a young Tkachuk caliber. No, he's not. I love Jake. He's not. Mm-hmm. He's not a 100-plus point player. He's not a 40-plus goal scorer.
And that's where the skill comes in.
That's where the skill part. Now, is he all those other things we talked about?
Yeah.
I love Jake Neighbors. He's a future captain, whether it's the C or an A on his jersey. He's a future captain for sure. Love the way he plays, and that is the type of player that you're looking for. You're looking for a whole team of those guys, quite honestly. Dylan Holloway has the potential of becoming one of those guys, more like a Perron to me than anything, because we hear Jim Montgomery talk about his second and third efforts on competing for pucks and things like that. The Blues, here's the positive part, is they do have a lot of what we're talking about, but what they're missing is that star player, that 80 to 100 point plus player that embodies everything that we just talked about too.
Sure.
Because Jack Eichel is that guy. Mark Stone is that guy. Alex Pietrangelo. Like, I'm not talking points, but difference makers in the game. Tkachuk, Bennett, Reinhart, Barkov, Ekblad. Like, those are the dudes, man.
And I think by that type of player, I think that type of player can bring out the best in what we're looking for right now out of the Blues' top six.
I would agree. And that's where if you took the Blues' top six right now, just as it stands, and you put it against the Florida Panthers, because that's the measuring stick right now, their top six, you would see a giant difference in not even talent, overall ability. Talent plus grit plus determination, leadership, all those things. Like, you take the top six forwards from a championship team and you pair them up against what the Blues have right now. Doesn't mean Robert Thomas can't be that. Doesn't mean Pavel Buchnevich can't be that. They're just not that right now. And I think that's where the next wave of championship window comes, is when the Blues are able to have that. So maybe it's Holloway the next steps, Neighbors the next steps. A lot of people talk about Justin Carbonneau. Maybe he's part of that next wave. Maybe all those guys are that wave, and that's when we see, that Stanley Cup window open up again.
Jamie Rivers, Kerry Davis, Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. We'll get into the MLB Awards. A couple of Cy Young Awards handed out last night, and who do we think will win the NL and AL MVP? We'll have that discussion next on 101 ESPN. Jamie, I don't know if you've ever dealt with credit card issues, but boy, it can be scary. It could be unnerving. It could be something that could keep you up at night, but there's a lot of hope. And we got somebody on the line right now, and our guy Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage Corporation, that can absolutely help you when it comes to any sort of credit issues. Right, Stewie?
That's right, Anthony. One of the issues that people think is, hey, I got marginal credit. Let me pay off my credit cards, and what should I do, and so on and so forth. And we had an ESPN listener call us in and say, hey, I got about $20,000. I got about $60,000 in credit card. Now, I was going to take that $20,000 and pay off 2 of the credit card debts completely and just deal with the remaining balance. And that's actually the wrong move. What you want to do is take that money and pay down those credit card debts so you owe less than 30% of what's available for you. You have a $10,000 limit. You don't want to owe more than $3,000. He took my advice. After 3 months, his credit score went from 620 to 712. He was eligible for better financing. Had he gone and used that money and paid off those 2 credit card debts, his credit score would not increase that quickly, and he wouldn't have been eligible for what we gave him and closed with him today.
It's exactly why you call, Stewie. And Anthony, you say it all the time, whether it's purchasing a home, whether it's refinancing or debt consolidation, Stewie needs to be your first call. And it's easy to call him because we're going to give out his number, 314-324-4440.
That's his personal cell phone numbers, 314-324-4440.
You can call him anytime you want, or even better, you can text him. Stewie will call you back at his convenience. But please remember that number. And if you can't remember that number,
you can always Google the bag alone. Thanks, Stewie.
Have a great day, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
BetMGM is coming soon to Missouri. On November 17th, sports fans in Missouri can pre-register and get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if their first bet loses. Plus, an additional $100 in bonus bets if they deposit before December 1st. Enjoy a betting app that was designed for game day with features like live bets, same-game parlays, BetMGM rewards points, and surprise boosts dropping in your account all throughout the season. It's everything a sports fan could want in one app. Pre-registration is coming soon to Missouri on November 17th. BetMGM. Make it legendary. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Missouri only. New customer offer subject to eligibility requirements and minimum deposit of $10. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Pending BetMGM's licensure as a mobile sports wagering operator with the Missouri Gaming Commission. Register for a Missouri online sports wagering account starting November 17th. BetMGM's issuance of a welcome offer is conditional on full licensure.
Get in your comfort zone with routine HVAC system checks twice a year from Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Our preferred partner plan starts at only $19 per month and includes discounts on repairs and priority service. For details, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Sunday, it's an NFL. ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. We have Thursday night football for you right here on 101 ESPN as the New England Patriots take on the New York Jets. Pregame starts at 6:30. Kickoff is at 7:15. If you miss anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobstar and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. You can catch all of our interviews and all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Speaking of interviews, we'll talk with Chris Kerber at 3:15 as the Blues take on the Flyers tomorrow. Pregame for that one starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Well, it's award season right now in Major League Baseball, and a couple of key awards were handed out last night as Tarek Skubal of the Tigers took home the American League Cy Young Award. Guys, I don't think there's any issues with this one, right?
No question.
He beat out finalists Garrett Crochet and Hunter Brown to win his second consecutive Cy Young Award. He received 26 of the 30 first-place votes, with Crochet getting the other 4. He's the first to do it in the American League since Pedro Martinez back in 99 and 2000, which is obviously some pretty good company. Skubal finished 2025 with a 241 and 33 strikeout to walk ratio. That's remarkable. 241 Ks, 33 walks. 2.59 ERA. There's some question whether or not he'll
resign.
He'll resign. He'll be with the Tigers in 2026, but he certainly gave Detroit a lot of great moments throughout the course of the year.
I don't know what the price is going to be, and I don't know if they are willing to swim in those waters, but they'd be foolish to let him walk. Like at some point, you gotta stop with the nonsense, man.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to win or do you want to save money?
I want to win.
Okay, well then, if you got your guy,
I want to win, so I think the Tigers should pay this guy.
There you go. And you're from Detroit, so you.
It's really weird because the Tigers used to hang on to players like this, and I read an article last night talking about how one of the beat reporters said if Mike Ilitch was still around, Tarek Skubal would retire a Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is why.
I believe that.
The problem is, like, the Ilitch family still owns it. Chris Ilitch has not been well received.
Yeah.
This is why you build a team to get a guy like Skubal, and then you hold on to him. I mean, you would get an absolute haul for a trade, but
they don't trade anybody.
They're not.
But they've gone to the playoffs the last 2 years. I agree. They've gone to the playoffs the last 2 years. Keep your guy. They've won some playoff series. They're right there.
You gonna let him walk and go win a championship elsewhere?
I won't.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No. Paul Skeens also won the 2025 National League Cy Young Award. That was also as expected, and it was also a landslide. Right-hander took all 30 first-place votes. Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies received all 30 second-place votes, and Yamamoto of the Dodgers finished third. So Skeens finished with a win-loss record of just 10-10. Here's your win-loss record and how important it is. 10-10. But voters saw through that. He had a sub-2 ERA at 1.97, 216 to 42 strikeout to walk ratio over 187 and 2/3 innings with the Pirates. Wow. Second time a player has won the award a year after winning the Cy Young. He joins Doc Gooden in the National League. He'll deservedly be one of the first pitchers he'll probably be a favorite again to win the award next year.
Did you mention his ERA?
1.97.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good.
Sub 2.0.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
You can keep it there. So I am a bit conflicted because I do think you should win the game and have more wins than you have losses. You had the same amount. I understand it's a team game. You're giving up 1.97 earned runs a game. I would hope my team can give me 2 runs.
You had your guy.
Give me 3.
Yeah, unfortunately they couldn't.
Yeah, it feels dirty though. Like I had my guy. Did my part.
Well, he's not saying it, but we can say it.
The rest of yous didn't do your job.
Yeah.
That's why we stink.
If you guys could buy a 1-of-1 rookie card, hold on to that until the end of said player's career, which one would you choose? Paul Skeens or Yoshinobu Yamamoto?
Paul Skeens.
Shohei Ohtani.
No, he's not part of it. He's not part of it.
You said if I could pick any player, who would I choose?
No, that wasn't the question.
No, he gave you 2 options.
No, yeah.
Aaron Judge.
No, that's... You did the same thing.
I'd still take Skeens.
You asked over Shohei?
No, over
That
Judge.
wasn't the question.
I didn't hear the rest of it. I had my ears
You
out.
weren't listening.
It was either between Skeens or Yamamoto. Rookie card. 1-of-1.
I thought you said Shohei. Shohei Ohtani.
Why'd you say that?
He's the best player in the game. Everyone knows that.
Huh.
Yeah, win another MVP.
Then you get the text line texting in Shohei. That wasn't the question.
No, not at all. All right. Who do you guys got for AL MVP? This one's going to be interesting.
I think it's going to be Cal Raleigh. I think he's done too much. Aaron Judge did everything else. You really can't go wrong. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, because I think Cal actually earned it. it's not one of those situations where you have fatigue of giving one person the award over and over and over again. If Cal Raleigh wins it, I think it's well deserved and earned. I don't think Aaron Judge is being snubbed in that regard.
Jamie,
I think Cal Raleigh deserves it. I do. I mean, it kind of came out of nowhere. How many bombs did he hit?
60.
60 home runs. I mean, look, a season like that only comes along once every so often. I think the guy should be rewarded.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead. I was gonna say, but Aaron Judge led in
He led
hits,
like everything.
in
Everything
runs,
else. Yeah.
scored.
I mean, he was Judge
third
was
in home
remarkable.
runs.
Listen, when I'm picking Cal, it's not because I don't think Aaron Judge is good.
Right. Well, I look at it
If
if
it's a
Cal
real
Raleigh
Stalter's choice.
led the league, let's say Cal Raleigh won the Triple Crown, he would win the MVP, right? Well, he led in 2 of the 3 categories.
Yeah.
For me, that's what I look at. Now, baseball has changed, and so we're looking at OPS, and we're looking at all these other things, slugging percentage, and on base, and Aaron Judge knocks it out of the park in that, and in those categories.
Can we
But
talk
for me,
about
I'm
the
going
average?
with Cal.
The average. He hit 331. I know people don't care about you hitting the ball. They care about
People care about hitting the ball.
OPS and hard hit rate and exit velo.
For all those things, you have to hit the ball, Kerry.
Right.
Yeah, but they don't worry about how many times you hit the ball. He hit the ball. He had 331. That's his batting average.
Who's that?
I'm old. I like batting average and ERA.
So I'll give it to Cal Raleigh too. So let's put this into perspective. He not only shattered the single season mark for the position, so home runs for a catcher, but it broke Mickey Mantle's record for homers by a switch hitter. He surpassed Mickey Mantle in something.
Yeah, that's pretty
Not bad.
So I'm gonna go Cal Raleigh.
Take you sometimes.
That's pretty good.
National League MVP.
We know who that is. Man, you walk
Tommy.
away with it. Yep.
Okay.
That's why you want his card, his rookie card. Shohei.
Of course, everybody wants his rookie.
That wasn't the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it was,
Now it says Shohei.
So the other 2 finalists are Kyle Schwarber and Soto. Here's the problem for those two. Anything and everything that Schwarber and Soto did, Ohtani was better at.
Soto's team didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
true.
Shohei Ohtani's going to get that one. Now, Marsh,
Yes.
since you don't like us, you have dug up our MLB predictions from before the season.
I did, yes. We did this on March 27th.
I hit mine. I know I did.
Well, you picked the Dodgers.
You're
to win the
damn right
World
I
Series.
did.
That's pretty tough, Kerry.
I pat myself on the back.
You almost
It's a
lost.
hard season.
Yeah, you almost lost.
You almost blew it.
My
we
Blue
have them
Jays
right where we
almost
wanted
won.
them.
You know what's funny is I have every single one of our picks for the division and our wild cards, I believe. And we even have our American League winner and our National League winner.
Oh, boy.
Carey, I didn't write this down. I don't know if you even picked an American League winner because it didn't matter to you because you picked the Dodgers to win the World Series.
Disgusting.
Team X. Doesn't matter. Nameless faces, man. We don't care who it is. Doesn't matter who it
Yeah,
is,
but you
buddy.
lost points because of that.
Nah.
Yeah, you did.
Nah.
Sacrificed an entire half of the league.
Doesn't matter.
Not
You can put
one of
anything
us.
there.
Not one of us had the Toronto Blue Jays in the playoffs.
Shame.
In the playoffs?
In the playoffs.
Shame on you,
I mean,
Jamie
they were
Rivers.
terrible last year.
Shame. Say that one more time because I hope Mama Rivers is listening to what her son did.
Stats and facts. They were terrible last year.
No. What did you say
Thank
before
you.
that?
None of us
you
had
all.
Toronto in the playoffs.
Who did I
this year.
have? Shame.
Jamie, Baltimore, Cleveland, Texas.
You got one of them.
Those are your winners for
You
the
got
division.
Oh, my God.
Mets. No. Chicago.
Yeah.
Cubs?
Jamie had Boston in there.
Who did
I mean, Boston made the playoffs at least.
Who else did we have?
We all had very similar teams. We had Texas. A lot of us had Texas in there. Seattle. Anthony, you picked Seattle. That was a team that you
Good job,
liked.
Anthony.
Cincinnati.
You did like Seattle.
Some of us had Cincinnati in there as well.
Who? You did.
I don't
think I did.
I did too. Yes, I did.
You and Carey had Cincinnati?
I don't remember. I just said that.
Cincinnati. So we hit on that.
Okay. Did I have the
Not to-
Mariners
I don't-
losing to the Dodgers?
So this was, let's see here, Baltimore versus Philly. That was me. Jamie, you had Boston and L.A. And Anthony, you had Texas and L.A. in the World Series.
And I didn't have anybody in the American League.
No, you just picked the Dodgers.
Because it didn't matter.
Yeah, you didn't care.
Nameless faces, man.
We'll give you the Blue Jays. Doesn't matter. Take it. All right. That was fun. Jamie, you're going to have to read this next tease. I think it's only appropriate.
Oh.
I don't know if it makes sense for me to do it because I didn't write it.
Coming up next here in the Fast Lane. This is why the Falcons will always suck and why I don't blame Anthony for hating them. Right here on 101 ESPN. Zwickle Light from Urban Chestnut, just an unbelievable light beer. I've talked about it several times here now on the airwaves, but had a couple of get-togethers and just kind of put it in the ice chest. There you go, put it in there. People are drinking Zwickle Light and say, hey, what is this? I said, that's right. That is Zwickle Light, the unofficial beer of St. Louis hockey. It's an elevated light beer that is brewed by St. Louisans right here locally at Urban Chestnut. It's crisp, clean, refreshing, only 95 calories. So if you worry about drinking beer and feeling bloated and things like that, don't worry about it. You're getting that amazing taste that you love in your beer, but it's only 95 calories, only 3.7 carbs, and it's a go anywhere, do anything kind of beer. So if you just want to sit home after a long day at the office, ice cold Zwickle Light, poured into a frosty mug, little beer chips in there. Oh, it's so good. Or if you're having a little get-together on the weekend, you're watching the Blues game, watching football, college football, put a bunch of Zwickle Light in the ice chest, and everybody's happy at that point. So please check it out. Also, check out urbanchestnut.com for any more information, whether it's Zwickle Light or any of the other roster beers that they've got there and great events that they've got going on as well. Again, that's urbanchestnut.com. Keep it light, keep it local.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Kerry Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. So, Jamie.
Yeah.
I saw on the rundown that,
what?
As you teased, you wrote, "This is why the Falcons will always suck and why I don't blame Anthony for hating them."
Yeah.
So take it away, my man.
Well, we've talked a lot about the Falcons over the past 4 or 5 years, Anthony, and it really bothers me that you get your heart broken week after week after week, year after year. And then, your Falcons go and sign good old Kirky Cousins. Thought they had it all figured out there.
Which, as I told everybody, they did not.
You were right. But then you were happy that they drafted Michael Penix Jr.
Yes.
And you thought to yourself, okay, well, good. Well, Kirky Cousins will be a placeholder for now until Michael Penix takes over. And then in recent weeks, you've been a little bit down on Michael Penix, too. His delivery, like he's throwing a cinder block out there. A lot of things that you haven't liked.
More like a grenade, I think.
Yeah, whatever.
More like
a water balloon.
You were the one that was saying it's a cinder block out there.
Heavy.
You said, it's a long ass wind up. And blah, blah. So you were down on poor Michael Penix. Come to find out, nobody's helping this kid. Here's what he answered when asked by the media. Who does he turn to on the sidelines, or who does he look to help him through some certain things? Here's what he had to say.
Like mentally, like my fiance, she's always there for me. So I know whenever I get home, it doesn't matter how I played, she's always going to be there for me. She's going to have a smile on her face and give me a hug and make me feel good no matter what. But as far as like physically, the on the field stuff, it's not nobody that I'll talk to, like, as far as another quarterback or anything like that. I do have people reach out to me. I do have quarterback coaches, though, back at home that reach out to me as well, tell me, hey, like, you need to clean this up, clean that up, and everything will be good. So those guys help me as far as that, too. So.
All right, so that's an NFL starting quarterback with an NFL team valued at what? What do you think? Ballpark.
Oh, boy, I don't know.
Couple billion?
Yeah.
Couple $1 billion, right?
That's all?
Yeah, a couple billion. You think that Arthur Blank could have, I don't know, somebody. There's somebody for this guy to talk to. No, he's got to talk to his high school football coach and off-season quarterback coach. It tells him, now, here's some things you could clean up. Now, whether or not all of that answer right there, if it's all-encompassing, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure the Falcons have some offensive support from my point. My beef when I heard that is it should have been automatic. I've got this guy, and I've got Kirk Cousins or quarterback 3, whoever that is. We talk, we get in the QB room, we go over scenarios. Not, well, I got my high school football coach and my quarterback coach in the offseason. They tell me what some things I need to clean up.
Yeah.
If I am the Falcons organization, if I'm the GM, if I'm Arthur Blank and I hear that, I'm firing everybody. Because the money you're pouring into a young player like that, the money you're putting, the head coach, all of the money you're putting in there, and that's the first thing he comes up with, it should be automatic. The names that come to his, like, right away should be people who are making him better. And that's why I think the Falcons have a culture problem.
I was hoping, and I don't know, I don't know if it was 100% clear, because I did hear the audio and what he said and all of that. I was hoping that he was perceiving that to mean someone outside of the organization, because I don't think he meant, and I think you would have to get the full question, like, is there anyone else outside of your coaches that you talk to that are...
But that wasn't the question.
I don't...
The question was, who do you bounce things off of? Who do you turn...
Well,
and
it might have been...
He asked the reporter, he goes, while I'm on the field? He said, yeah, nobody. Like...
Yeah, so I can clarify some of this. So I
listened to all that, too.
I know. Hey, at some point, allow me to kind of work through this, because I do agree that they have a culture problem. I think this is shining light on kind of the bigger issue, but it's the context is a little mangled. The reporter. So here's a little context. So apparently Penix was crushing himself after the Berlin game against the Colts, to the point where Raheem Morris addressed kind of his press game, his post-game press conference, saying that this kid is trying to be a perfectionist. We need him to kind of give himself some grace. Zach Robinson, the offensive coordinator, also said the same thing. Like, he is a perfectionist. He's somebody that is taking things way too hard. He's making it harder than it needs to be, so he needs some grace. So that's where it started this week. The reporter actually asked him kind of about like, who do you go to from a mental side of things when things get tough? That's why he mentioned his fiance first.
Yeah.
The reporters actually clarified and said, hey, a lot of this is becoming clickbait because it's being like perceived
to be that he's not being coached.
Yeah. But I will say this, Jamie.
Penix asked him to your point. On the field.
Sure. To your point, though, when he starts talking about the mechanics and going to his QB coach, from high school or college or whatever, that is an indictment on three people. Raheem Morris, the head coach, Zach Robinson, the offense coordinator, who, anybody remember what position he played? Quarterback.
You want him gone. So
TJ Yates. He's the quarterback coach. Remember TJ Yates? Remember what position he played?
He's a quarterback.
He's a quarterback. So there are people on the staff that should be cleaning up his mechanics. He's got a howitzer for an arm. His footwork is atrocious. That's why passes are sailing constantly. He's not seeing things correctly. The frickin' play call getting into him has been a problem since the Minnesota game. They had to take a timeout on his first offensive possession in Minnesota because they wouldn't get the play call in.
That's a loud stadium.
It's a great stadium.
Well, that's
3 seconds on the play clock. He's getting the play, and he has no time to set his protection in Indianapolis.
That's an organizational issue. Like that's a schematic issue. That's a procedural issue. If you can't get the plays in, and we see this from time to time. I was watching, I think it was Cam Newton, and he was explaining like his hand signals when he's in the huddle and when he's doing certain things. He's telling them to repeat the play because sometimes it's not as clear as you and I talking. It could be like it could break up while you're listening to it, so you get pieces of it, but not the entire play. So I need it again. So it could be communication issues. It could be the OC not getting the play in time, which is him looking at the current play and not having an idea down in distance. Okay, what am I thinking going into the next play?
It's happened all year.
It could be all of those things. So that is something that you can work on that in practice, but you have to have that cleaned up because you can't call timeouts every single time. You can't afford to take 5-yard penalties for a delay of game because it could be 3rd and 1 and it's a gotta have it type of situation. You don't want to make it 3rd and 6. So that's a procedural thing that they need to clean up offensively to make sure that they give their quarterback the best solutions for play to play.
Absolutely. You gotta get the play calling. So Jamie, to your point, your overall point is this is why this team is bad.
That's my overall point.
That's your overall point. Now, how we got there, might be a little choppy, but that's your overall point. That is why, all kidding aside, this is why I crushed the team. I love them. I do. But there's a reason why teams stay bad.
Yeah, but
now, they're not Jets bad and Browns bad.
But how does
they're
Arthur
bad.
Blank, who's an active owner, like when I say active owner, it looks like he gives a bleep about the team.
He gives a blank.
He gives a blank.
He gives a blank. Well done. Like he doesn't have the headset on and he doesn't have the play calling going.
Yeah.
But he's always involved.
He spends money, got the new stadium, all that stuff.
How do you just continuously pick the wrong people?
This is why they're bad. What you just said right there is why they remain bad. Seriously. The people that are running things are incapable. So this is where we're at right now.
It's a shame because they got
some
massive
talent.
Football market with people who love football and they just can't get it right.
And they're not the only organization. Hell, not the only organization in sports that deal with something like this.
Well, they're not the only organization in their division that's dealing with it either.
Yeah, very true. I want to read this real quick on a lighter note. Dr. Zander in the Snake Pit goes, the dude is brilliant, though, for saying something like that if his fiance was listening.
Yeah, that's extra points right there.
Definitely.
Well done.
He's at least smart enough to do that. It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN, and I like Penix. He's got a lot of issues to clean up, but
he's a young quarterback.
He's a young quarterback. If they get the right people in place, then hopefully It'll be good. It'll be cleaned up. We got to get Carey down there, calling plays.
Man, listen, I would love to. All right, that offense, whew, listen.
Let's start the campaign.
We would have some things moving and shaking.
Absolutely.
Trust me.
Bring back the fullback?
Nah, I wouldn't have to. I mean, they got two backs. You don't actually need a fullback. I would love one if you got one that can do all those things. I can slip Tyler Algier out into the flats, split backs, give him a little action going this way, that way, hit a deep ball to Drake London downfield, Kyle Pitts on the intermediate route. Woo.
Right there.
All those guys.
He already cleaned up the offense.
Whoa.
What did it take? 30 seconds?
Make it happen.
All right. Can the Cardinals get a haul for Brendan Donovan? We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN.
Circus Sports coming to the lovely state of Missouri. Let me tell you, everybody should be excited about that because Circus Sports created the world's largest sportsbook in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now the world's largest sportsbook will be in the palm of your hand and is right now, too. All you have to do is go to the website or the App Store, download Circus Sports Illinois for the time being, and you can get busy betting every single day on all the sports. I love the NHL. There's some good games tonight. Washington Capitals visiting the Florida Panthers. Panthers are minus 20 on the money line. I'm going Panthers on this one. Dallas Stars at Montreal, like the Canadians in this one here. Home ice, minus 118 on the money line. There you go. Type money line splits daily for any sport that you're betting on and always have the best odds of any app that is out there, which means bigger payouts, and they also have high betting limits. So please don't miss out on any of the action. Download Bet Like a Pro today with your Circus Sports Illinois app and join in on all the excitement over there at Circus Sports. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
7, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Kerry Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Could the Cardinals get a haul for Brendan Donovan? Well, BK and Ferrario were having a discussion surrounding Donovan earlier today and potentially what you could get in a trade for him. Here's what BK said on Brendan Donovan and why he thinks the Cardinals could get a haul for him.
This used to be the way that the Cardinals offseason would go. They would make it clear to everybody that would listen, this is our priority in the offseason. We're going to go accomplish that goal. And it would typically be one. It was a pop gun offseason. Boop, boop, got it. So the Cardinals would say, for example, we want a left-handed hitting outfielder who can get on base at a high clip to allow us to have that on-base percentage at the top to pair with Matt Carpenter. Cool. Preferably a center fielder. All right, there's like one guy that fits that criteria. Congratulations on either signing Dexter Fowler or trading for Adam Eaton. And Adam Eaton at the time was this sought-after commodity. And the Cardinals got spooked by the trade cost to acquire him. The reason why is because the Washington Nationals came in and said, we'll give up Dane Dunning and Reynaldo Lopez and Lucas Giolito, who at the time was one of the top prospects in baseball, one of the absolute highest level pitching prospects in Major League Baseball. And the White Sox said, we can't pass that one up. We've got to trade him. So they did. And ultimately, it was a good trade for the White Sox, all things considered. I think Brendan Donovan this offseason could be for the Cardinals what Adam Eaton was for the White Sox.
What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about what BK said and thoughts on what you think the Brendan Donovan player comp could be?
I felt like...
And just trading him in general.
I felt like that would make the most sense to begin with because you have a plethora of outfielders. You have a player in AAA that you're telling everyone he's your next second baseman. Yeah, I know you worked him at third base some in J.J. Weatherholt, but he's supposed to be the next second baseman, and your middle of the infield should be solidified for the next, 5 to 8 to 10 years with those two players. I felt like that to me was the best, made the most sense because you could get the most back because every team needs a player like Brendan Donovan. The Cardinals do, but they also need more than just Brendan Donovan. So if you can get more back that can help you in the rotation, maybe help you in the bullpen, I don't see why you would not do that if other teams are willing. And you have multiple suitors, which means you can kind of get the best out of that trade. I don't see why it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, I think it would have to. I think for the Cardinals, it would have to make sense. You'd have to weigh one against the other. We've talked about a Brendan Donovan extension and what that might look like, what the term / dollars could possibly be. You do have to be careful if you're the Cardinals because you're in this retool. And what did we say earlier about the Blues?
Foundational piece.
Foundational pieces, right? And if that's the case, would we in this room agree that Brendan Donovan is a foundational piece type of player? He's an all-star, a gold glover, great leader. He's not Matthew Tkachuk, I get it, but he checks a lot of the boxes as a foundational piece for this Cardinals team. Meaning you can't just open the door and find another Brendan Donovan.
Maybe not in terms of the leadership part, but in terms of like the ceiling, I think.
Not saying that.
No, but I think that matters because if you're talking about foundational and players that you're planning on being, I think Wilson Contreras is a foundational player as well. Foundational piece, I do. Unless you decide to move on from him. If not, yes, I think Ivan Herrera.
I would say Donovan's more of a foundational piece than Contreras.
You might be splitting hairs.
I think so.
You might be. It might depend on. I don't know who the players look to more. I can't say one way or the other. I think they're different. I think Wilson is probably the more passionate version of the foundational piece, and Brendan Donovan is probably the more, down to earth, solid, not crazy piece. But you need both. In my opinion, you gotta have one of each. You gotta have at least two crazy guys on every team. That's just my theory. But I think Wilson can be that foundational piece if he's still here. But the ceiling of what you're getting in return and what you have coming in, if moving on from Brendan Donovan, I think he's a hell of a baseball player.
What do we think we get for Brendan Donovan, though? Because a couple things, Kerry. One, I can disagree with you, but part of me doesn't disagree with you at all. In fact, there's a large portion of me that totally agrees with you, but the price or the return has to be the right return.
If somebody's, I know I phrase it this way a lot, but it kind of clarifies things for myself when we are talking about trades like this. If somebody's willing to lose the trade, I'd be willing to move on from him. Mm-hmm. So losing the trade might look like a top pitching prospect, right? It might look like a top pitching prospect and a young hitter that's in high A that has, upside or whatever. A couple of pieces, but they've got to at least be near major league ready. Mm-hmm. You got to. If a team is willing to absolutely lose a deal, then I'm considering trading him because of where I'm at right now as an organization. If I were closer, I'd say no. Donovan's too important to me right now from a leadership standpoint, but I just don't. I don't think that this team is close.
Well, I think the market also plays a factor into this as well.
100%.
Right? Like, is he the hot commodity?
If he is, then you have to seriously entertain it.
Your best poker chip, by the way, your best bargaining chip, rather, by the way, is hurt. Because right now, all across Major League Baseball, all I'm reading about is everybody's looking for outfield help, outfield depth, outfield players. Mm-hmm. And what the Cardinals have a surplus of forever? Outfielders. And Lars Nootbaar is at the top of that list because the analytics baby, the darling, right?
Yeah.
Now he's got bad heels.
But doesn't Brendan Donovan check that box too?
Does he, or does he check the box more of a utility player?
But he can play the outfield, and if you need him in a pinch, he can play literally anywhere.
That's fine. Look, if that's the case, if you can get what you think you could have got for Lars Nootbaar for Brendan Donovan, because I think Nootbaar would have brought back a pretty good haul, just because of the hype surrounding his analytics and all that crap. If you can get the same deal, I'd make it.
Do you all think that Brendan Donovan is better than Tommy Edman?
Yes.
I think it's pretty close.
So, and the reason why I asked that because a team
I don't want Eric Fetty.
No, hell no. That was a terrible. What the hell are we doing?
I thought you were trying to go get him again.
Hell no.
He's available. You don't have to give up.
I asked that because a team like the Dodgers thought highly enough of Tommy Edman, and we've seen what he's done the past 2 years as a part of that organization, winning multiple championships. Like, there are organizations, if you think Brendan Donovan is better than Tommy Edman, there's going to be teams that say, yeah, I want that guy on my team.
Sure.
Which means they're going to give up more than Eric Fetty and Tommy Pham in return.
Kerry, I'm with you. I think you said it perfectly. Donovan for Shohei. Let's get this thing done. It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN.
Don't be silly. Yamamoto will do.
Chris Kerber joins us next on 101 ESPN.
If you're looking to remodel your kitchen, your bathroom, or that outdoor living space, although outdoors might be a little tough right now this time of year, but kitchens and bathrooms, this is the perfect time of year. Call my friends over at E&B Granite. They're so awesome at what they do, too. You get down to 6135 Manchester Avenue, and not many places when you walk into the showroom do they have an in-house design staff just ready to help you. And not many places have the actual countertops on site. They give you a little sample, and you hold it up to the cabinets, and you try your best to imagine what it might look like. No, forget that. Get into the back, walk through the aisles of all of these different countertops, whether it's granite, marble, soapstone. You get to see exactly what you're purchasing. Now, you can take the cabinets, match them up with the countertops, get the flooring, all of that stuff right there in the showroom, right on the premises. And that's what I did when I did my kitchen. So please get down there, visit them. If not, schedule an appointment, too. Get on the phone. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. That number's 314-645-9300. Again, that's 314-645-9300, or you can always visit enbgranite.com.
Hey, you've heard me talking about Classic Air Care and their fantastic customer service. They make it a priority because they want to make sure that not only you're happy, but that you're safe in your home with your furnace and your heating unit, and that it's running properly and that your home is comfortable. How about this review from Charles P.? The professionalism of this company, as well as our service technician, Greg, was more than just a 5-star rating. He took the time, explained everything that he did, and now my unit is running at tip-top shape. Or how about the after-hours service that Classic Air Care provides? This is from Yolanda. I called after hours and got a quick response from Maggie with Classic Air Care. When I say the quick response and great customer service was exceptional throughout the process, it was. Once my technician came, he was knowledgeable, explained to me in detail everything that was the problem. Brian was exceptionally thorough, helpful, friendly, and great. That's the kind of service you can expect from Classic Air Care. That's why if you go online today at classicaircare.com, set up a maintenance appointment for your furnace to make sure it's ready to go for the cold weather that's coming. Make sure everything is running properly so it's not just blowing the right amount of heat, but it's actually safe to be running in the house as well. Classic Air Care, they take care of my house. They'll take care of yours with the same great care. And you can book an appointment today at classicaircare.com. They've been making people comfortable since 1926.
Talking everything St. Louis Blues as we head into the Blues booth on 101 ESPN. Presented by Boardwalk Hardwood Floors. Find your perfect new floor at boardwalkhardwood.com.
Fast on 101 ESPN with Kerry Davis and Jamie Rivers and Anthony Stalter. Let's go to the Collier and Thompson phone line. Let's bring on the play-by-play voice of the St. Louis Blues, Chris Kerber. Kerbs, what a win last, I guess 2 nights ago. It all feels good with the wins piling up, or if they can keep, if they can get on a roll here. Are you seeing anything right now that would lead you to believe that the Blues can get on a bit of a roll?
Well, the first thing I'm seeing is I guess over the last couple of weeks, I think you're seeing the save percentage get higher. So if you start with the goaltenders, you're seeing the goaltenders making the saves. We were highlighting Jordan Binnington during that last game, obviously at the beginning of the game, because of setting another franchise record with the most regular season games played. And in watching some of those highlights of 2019, in bringing back some of those memories, you're like, yep, you know what? If you're real honest with yourself, it's some of those kind of saves that we've been missing through the first month of this season. So I think we've been getting that. I think the team is cutting down on some of the odd number chances against. That's another good sign. You know, you're starting to see Dylan Holloway kind of heat up a little bit. So yeah, I think there's signs, and you know, one of the differences, guys. I go back a couple of years, and when things weren't going well, you'd talk to the guys, and you would just feel like they were feeling the weight, right? Like they're like, man, I don't know what's going on, and I don't know how we'll get out of it. I haven't had that sense yet when you go into the room and talk to the players. There's a lot of confidence in this process that they're working on, and they feel it coming along. So when I put all that together, I think things are trending in a better direction.
Kerbs, we always love to go back to 2019 and that team. And in particular, we love talking about the fourth line that became, at that time, the identity line. The Steen, Sundqvist, Barbashev. We know how great they were during that run. And then, you know, we look forward to even to last year where Radek Faksa steps in with Toropchenko and Walker, and boy, did they make a difference, too. We finally got to see what it looks like with Oskar Sundqvist in between Walker and Toropchenko. Two things. One, do you think Monty keeps it that way for an extended period of time? And two, how important is it to have that identity line?
Number one, I almost think he has to. I mean, I think it's really important for this team to start settling into certain roles, certain line combinations to build success. And if that is the identity that he's looking for, I think he has to stick with that for a few games, and hopefully he does. I think it's critically important. Now, look, bottom line is we can talk about that fourth line getting a couple of goals in the last game. We can talk about an identity line of what that WTF line did last year and the tone that they set. But you're still going to need those top-end guys to start producing more at even strength. Having said that, Jamie, I think those kind of identity lines are critical. I mean, look, when you go back to looking, you were around during that era, obviously. Go back and look at those winning teams from Detroit. And one of the consistent things throughout them all was that line of Draper, McCarty, and Maltby, right? And, you know, Tampa, what they were doing with Blake Coleman on a third line. Things along those kind of lines are really important. And I think that when you do get that, and then there is an identity for them, and then on top of that they can chip in offensively, that's when teams become really hard to defend against, because you end up with not just two lines scoring, you end up with a third, you end up with a fourth, and that creates problems for other teams. I think every team needs those kind of lines throughout their lineup.
Kerbs, you mentioned the goaltending and how well Jordan played his last game. Joe Hofer had a pretty good game against the Kraken. Is it that simple, just getting the goaltending to play the way that they have, and then that can kind of be the catalyst for this offense to get going and going in the right direction?
Yeah, you know what? I don't remember, and maybe Jamie does. I don't remember whether it was a player, coach, general manager, right, or somewhere along the lines that said sometimes we ought to just call this game goalie, you know, because I think it can be that important. And, you know, when I say that, that's not hanging this slow start on the goaltenders, because there have been games where they've been good. There's been a couple games you're like, well, team wasted that one, you know, but at the same time, I do think it does start from the goaltending out. And when you start to get those kind of saves, you could see just the confidence of the team kind of move out from the back end of the forwards and things along those kind of lines. And so I think in some ways, yes, it really is that simple. And then in other ways, obviously, there's more detail to it. But the one thing I do know is if you're not getting what we've seen from the Blues goaltenders in the last couple of games, it's really, really hard to win on a regular basis. So, yeah, I guess in some ways, maybe sometimes it really is just that simple.
Chris Kerber joining us right now on the Fastlane on 101 ESPN, piggybacking off of what Jamie asked you about the identity line. Kerbs, what are your thoughts on just mixing up the lines in general in terms of trying to find chemistry?
So I haven't finished this process of just kind of looking back, but I think we've only had maybe one set of back-to-back games where you've seen not just the same lineup, but the same line combination. And the challenging part, and this is not just a Jim Montgomery thing, this is really an NHL thing where you'll see, I mean, if a coach doesn't feel certain things are going the right way in the first period, you'll start to see wingers get moved around, that kind of stuff. I think for me, Anthony, an easier way to answer this is I don't care what sport I've covered or followed or which athlete you talk to. When an athlete who are creatures of habit, know the role that they're playing, know what they need to be prepared for. It's not just, okay, are you preparing for it when you get to the rink? It's when you've left the rink. It's, when you talk to guys, whether it be, Alex Steen or some of the other greats, and they tell you, look, a pro athlete's not just a when you're on the field job, it's a 24/7 job. It's how you prepare. I look at the Cardinals, for example, and there's so much changing of positions and times. Like half the players never knew when they're coming to the field, either what position they're going to play on a given day or if they're even going to be in the lineup. And for young players, I think that makes it extraordinarily difficult. So I do think at some point, and victories will help this, if that process settles down, I think some of the actual thinking leaves and more of the playing comes. So I find that to be I find the definition of roles for a player becomes really, really important to the overall success of a team.
Kerbs, a lot of expectations for Dylan Holloway coming into this season, and rightfully so. I mean, the kid was awesome last year, unfortunately sidelined by that weird injury. But he comes back and has a great preseason, a great training camp, but the start was slow, and it took him a while to get going. But in the last handful of games, we're starting to see the Dylan Holloway that we saw last year. What are you seeing right now from Dylan Holloway in the last 2 to 3 games that you could tell Blues fans to be optimistic about?
I think you're seeing that speed. You're seeing him jump on the pucks. You're seeing some of that physicality in the corners. And then, you're seeing him get to the middle of the ice and trying to make those plays. I often wonder, Jamie, even though he said he felt good and had a really clean summer of going through and with that injury, I think I always wonder if something when you have as bad an injury as he had, how much longer it lingers, and then how much do you trust your body as games get played that you don't think about it anymore. And so I think that's part of the factor there. I think, again, he's one of the reasons that you got to be, kind of feeling pretty good that things are trending in the right direction. Because in all honesty, aside from, I'd say, Jake Neighbors, and then, frankly, I think Matthew Joseph has had is probably as consistent for what you expect of him, a start as any forward on this team. Aside from those two guys, I'm not sure there's anybody else on the roster that hasn't had a rough start to the season. And it's pretty unusual, I think, to see when you see a kind of an entire team like that. So when you start to see the goaltending come along and then, Dylan Holloway, like we were just coming along, and things along those kind of lines, I think you start to see them breaking out, which is positive signs.
Well, Kerber, that was going to be my next question. You're talking about the forwards and just the 5-on-5 play. You got Robert Thomas, Butch Davis. They're both struggling. How do you get to that? Get those guys to perform better in that regard, so that this team can get more goals on the board and get more opportunities to win games.
So the team didn't practice today, Carey, but they did yesterday. And at that practice, and they've been doing a couple of different drills over the last few days when they've had practices. One of the things that when you're in the rink and there's no other fans, there's not a lot of noise, you can hear Jim Montgomery coaching from the ice. The one thing you are hearing him bark relentlessly is when you beat your man off the wall or out of the corner, get to inside the dot. He wants players with nasty abandonment, get inside the dots and shoot the puck. And at one point, he was even barking on the ice yesterday, we can't score if you don't get here. And so when you look at the deeper numbers of analytics and you see pretty good offensive zone time for this team and things that fly in the face of what your actual record says you are, one of the reasons is he says, we got great zone time, but where those numbers lie to you is we're not getting it into the middle of the ice. I mean, when you're looking at Thomas and Buchnevich and Kyrou and a combined 5 even strength goals in 17 games between the three of them, that's where their play has got to elevate to help get this team get on track the right way over a series of games. So I got to think that is really the biggest focal point for him, is what Monty's been barking at in practices, is once you get it here, get it there. And that's when Jim was asked about it, he said that's another trend he's starting to see more happen. So, at some point you just hope that these trends result in wins and in consecutive wins. And honestly, you go back, I think it's points in 4 out of the last 6 games. And there's a couple of or 7 games. I think it is 5 points in the last 7 games, and there's a couple of OTLs in there. But that's how it's got to start, and then hopefully they find themselves on a run. But these are big 2 games on the weekend to thrust that forward.
No doubt. Blues, Flyers tomorrow night. You can listen to Kerbs right here on 101 ESPN. Kerbs, we appreciate you, man. Have a great weekend, and we'll check back with you next week.
Okay, guys, you got it. Have a great week, and we'll see you at the rink.
All right, thanks. We'll see you. That's Chris Kerber, voice of the Blues, right here on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh has got what's trending next.
U.S. farmland, it is out there, it is available, and it is a wonderful investment. And you don't have to be a millionaire either to get involved. Now, some of these guys who are buying farmland, they are millionaires. Think about that for a second. If the richest people are getting involved in a great investment, I think I should too. And that's exactly what you should do. Call AgVest. They are by far the #1 management company for U.S. farmland. They manage over $900 million in farmland deals, and they're licensed in 10 states as well. And you probably ask yourself, why would I buy farmland? Well, it's pretty easy. There's steady returns, long-term growth, real stability. So it's not a win now thing. It's a win long term with U.S. farmland. And that's why I love investing in farmland, because I know that my money's going to slowly grow and I not have to be stressed out about it all the time. And if you own farmland, AgVest has you covered too. They can help you from all sorts of things, whether it's diligence to rent, tenant selection, just management overall. They've got you covered. But you got to call AgVest founder Chris Bronner at 618-520-7022. That's 618-520-7022, or visit agvestadvisors.com. Buy land. They're not making it anymore.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Tonight, we have Thursday Night Football as the Patriots go up against the Jets. Pregame starts at 6:30. Kickoff is at 7:15. We just talked with Voice of the Blues, Chris Kerber. If you missed that interview, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending, brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, what is trending? Well, the San Diego Padres are trending right now as the Seidler family are set to explore strategic options for the Padres, including a possible sale.
And why is that?
What are your thoughts on that, gentlemen?
Well, this is the team, Marshall, we talked about it in the office. This is the team that had to borrow $50 million from the bank in order to make sure they paid all their bills. This is what it looks like when you're a small market team or a mid-market team and you're trying to swim in the deep waters with the Dodgers, the Phillies. I mean, pick your pony. The Padres are not that team, yet they're spending like a team like that. So now, we talked about this before with the Blues, and I broke it down for Marshy, so I hope it's not too confusing for radio without a dry erase board. But a lot of ownership groups now in mid-market to small market teams are doing what they call a reevaluation or offering pieces of the team for an investor. So they say, okay, when our ownership group, Carey, you and I, bought the Padres, it was worth $800 million. Yeah. Let's just say. Now it's worth $2.2 billion. Okay. Anthony wants to buy in 10% of the Padres. He ain't buying in a valuation of $800 million. He's buying in at a valuation of $2.2 billion. So his money will probably be close to what we originally invested because the price of the team, or the valuation of the team has gone up. So it's a way to, I don't want to say fraudulently because that's the wrong word, but it's a way to inflate your revenues so that if the Padres if the current ownership group wants to hang on to the team, they bring in an investor, that investor's money now can be used as a surplus of money instead of borrowing from the bank like they had to do last time. So it's like an influx of fresh cash to your team, a good chunk of it too, but you're losing, 5, 10, 20%, whatever you think the number is, but it really doesn't solve something.
What doesn't it
solve? It doesn't solve your problem of overspending in a market that can't handle it. It's a temporary fix to a much larger problem for mid to small market teams.
Yeah.
So I think ultimately what's going to happen here is if they don't get the number they want for a small investment into their team, I think they'll sell the team outright because they have maximized, I don't know their personal finances, but the finances of this team in particular have been maximized to like the point where there's no return.
Yeah. So in other words, we're not making any more money.
Well, when you're borrowing from the bank to pay your bills, to pay your players, to pay your employee, that means that the ownership either has no more money or they're not willing to dedicate any more of their own personal money from other ventures to one in particular. So the DeWitts, as much as people like to yell about them, they're not going to rob all the money they're making from the real estate market, ballpark village, all that, to pay Cardinal debt. It's like owning a good restaurant and a bad restaurant, and you're using all the good money to pay the bad debt.
Right.
Not good business.
No, not at all.
No.
So ultimately, you think they get to the point where they sell?
I think so.
Yeah. You're probably right.
And they haven't won a championship either, which is probably a sour taste in their mouths, I would assume. And there's talks out there of trading Fernando Tatis Jr.
And it's a good lesson for Cardinals fans, too, because everybody talks about spend, spend. The Padres just spent. They overspent. And they still didn't win a thing. So it's not guaranteed. As much as Carey's Dodgers corner the market with all the money they throw around.
And what'd you say earlier? How much money they got off the books now?
$87 million. The a-holes.
Are you all ready for another one, man?
No.
Are you ready for another one? I mean, Dave Roberts said, hey, they say we're ruining baseball. Might as well ruin it then, baby. Ruin the hell out of it.
I did not want to activate Carey on this one.
$87 million off the books? Hey, man, beware. Just saying.
Beware of what? The team that has all the talent's going to win again?
Yeah, they're going to get another player that's better than the player that they got now.
Whatever, man.
Yeah.
If they get Kyle Tucker, are you okay with that? Because that means the Cubs won't have him.
Yeah, sure.
Then you can win the division.
I don't care.
Right.
You know, I don't.
You can win the division.
The Dodgers should take all the talent
Go for it.
You're broken?
from the National League Central.
Broken? No.
You're broken, man.
Just,
you love baseball. You broken?
I like the sport of baseball. Absolutely.
Did
I like the sport of it.
Did the Dodgers break you?
Nah.
You're stronger than that. I knew it. You're a good man. Proud of you.
What makes a good coaching job for a college head coach? We kind of got this question, I believe, in a text yesterday, and we're going to dive into it so we don't have to spend any more time talking about the Dodgers. It's next on 101 ESPN.
If you are looking to accessorize your vehicle, please visit my friends over at Pure Performance. They are your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications. And I can tell you from personal experience, it doesn't matter what kind of vehicle you drive. The Rivers family has brought everything in there. My pickup truck had so many things done to it. My girlfriend's got an SUV, windows tinted, lift kit, tires, all that stuff. My kids had some tires put on. And by the way, it's not all oversized off-road tires. No, we had a great set of 4 tires put on my daughter's little SUV because Pure Performance, they carry all makes and models of tires for every vehicle that's out there. And with the bad weather coming, it's right around the corner. You're going to want to get in there and get your tread checked out. I thought everything is fine, and you take the little thing and they measure. No, you need new tires because they want to keep you safe. So please visit them. They got a 25,000 square foot facility right there in St. Peter's off of Cave Springs Boulevard exit. You walk in, please ask for Shelby or Paul. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. They love hearing that. But if you can't get there in person, get there online. Visit them at pureperformance.com. That's pure, P-U-R, performance.com.
a text yesterday from a 314 number asking if we saw what Lane Kiffin said in response to a reporter that asked him what essentially is a good coaching job for a college head coach. Here is part of Lane Kiffin's response.
I think that's evolved and changed, and there's different things in it. I've said to you guys a couple years ago, I think, and this was before Cap, but I said, I think that it's going to move to, people used to say, okay, you know, when people wanted to hire you or something and interview and what questions do you have, what are your concerns? Okay, people used to say, you know, facilities, how many practice fields, you know, those things. And I said, I don't think, you know, I think that's changed. It's going to change. And it's going to be, how much NIL do you have, you know? When it was all collective, you know, how is your collective? How's it run? How much do you have? Because that's before this, that was the salary cap, meaning that's how much money you're going to have. And I know some people sometimes think, well, okay, that's not a big deal, but just look at professional sports when it's not the same, like baseball and the payrolls. And over time, who wins and who doesn't win. And somebody may have outlier years once in a while, but, and so now that's a little equaled out, but there's still, how much are you giving to Rev, you know, to your football program, and then how much do you have collective-wise? You know, I think it's a big question.
You know, Carey, NIL is an unfortunate reality that college coaches have to deal with.
Yeah.
It is. You're not going to be able to outthink the room when it comes to NIL, because players know that if they've got multiple offers on the table and they can compare, I'm not saying every single player chooses the biggest offer that he's made, but I'm sure a lot of them do. If you're a head coach and you're prospecting and you're looking at jobs that could be available, how large your NIL pool is certainly has to come into play. And I thought he brought up a really good comparison with Major League Baseball. Mm-hmm. And over time, while there are some outliers, over time, the teams that typically spend the most and have the biggest, the best ability to spend, probably going to win in the end.
It's also about spending money wisely, right? Not spending it on the notion, and I do want to make this clear and clarify this. Every single kid that you see playing on Saturday is not making $1 million.
Right.
It's like how every NFL player, people think, oh, you're making $5 million a year. No, some of them are making the base salary, which is a good living, but it's not $3 million. It's not $1 million. I think the base salary now is $785,000 or $800,000. Good money.
You did not make what Big Ben made.
Not at all. I saw his check and one day, and I was like, ooh, you make that every week, huh? That's a lot of money, brother. Ooh, congrats to you, man. So, yeah, so every player does not make that amount, but it is spending the money wisely. But I thought it was interesting how he said, you know, for a coach, finding a program that does have money set for NIL so we can use this money properly to spend it on the players that we need to spend it on. But then you're going to run into some things where you have no control over, because there are things such as tradition and legacy and how many Heismans has that school won and how many All-Americans have they had and how many draft picks have they had in their history that also goes into play for when these high school kids are deciding on what school to go to. So you need to have that into consideration as well, because at the end of the day, some of these programs are always going to get the top players. One, because they got more NIL money, but also they have a better tradition than the other one. So finding a good program for a head coach, if you have the option, like if you're in Lane Kiffin's situation where you've pretty much won everywhere you've been, you've had success, you haven't won the big one as a head coach. I think they won it when he was the OC as a
Alabama.
Alabama, he was the OC, but he hasn't won the national championship as a head coach. But you are one of the few coaches that have the pick of the litter. Wherever you want to go, you can go.
Yeah.
If teams are willing to say, hey, we want you, and you. But every coach doesn't have that. So finding the right position or the right situation for you, it goes for both players and coaches.
I wonder, too, though, like Ole Miss doesn't necessarily – I know they have rich tradition, but I'm talking about they don't have rich national championship tradition like you're talking about, Carey. Ole Miss has got deep pockets.
Yeah.
Ole Miss can spend. I wonder if you're Lane Kiffin, too, to go along with what he's saying. Hey, what makes a good coaching job.
Right.
He's already in the SEC, so he's already got eyeballs on him. He's got a deep pocket, and he knows how to recruit, and he knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm Lane Kiffin, I'm not going to speak for him, obviously, but I'm saying right there, I don't need to go to LSU. I don't need to go to Penn State.
You don't need to, but I also, again, if the money is equal, let's say the money for Ole Miss for player X, 5-star quarterback, number 1 quarterback in high school football, every school wants him. The money is the same for Ole Miss and LSU, right? It's equal. Well, that kid is probably going to start looking at the tradition of those schools. If Lane Kiffin is at LSU, maybe he goes there. Maybe he doesn't go there because the tradition at Ole Miss, you got Eli, you got DK, you got AJ, bro. Like you got a few guys, but LSU and JJ and Jamar Chase and national championships, like they got a few more. Joe Burrow, like you might start looking at it in that regard and saying, the history and the tradition and the legacy of those two programs, and Ole Miss is a hell of a program. But when you're comparing the two, you might look at one and say, they got a little bit more tradition. If all things are equal, I want to go where I can be along those other names and put my name in the history books with those guys because those are the guys I'm still watching on TV today.
Man, it's interesting, Kerry. I could be naive on this, but I think that given the current landscape in college football, the expanded playoffs, the NIL, Ole Miss's ability to spend as much as, really, if not more than like Alabama, I think it is even the playing fields for the top programs. Now, I understand what you're saying from a tradition standpoint, but I think that like gap in the conversation has narrowed.
I agree.
Big time.
I agree it has, but there is something about tradition and legacy and understanding who has traditionally been in certain rooms and who traditionally has not. And it takes a certain mindset of a player to say, I'll be the first to do this at this school versus, man, I want to go where they've already done it. So I think it's an interesting conversation, and I do think coaches that are picking their because it's going to be so much change here over the next in January, December, and January. There's going to be so much shuffling going on in terms of who's going where. You already got high-profile coaching jobs that are available. You're going to have probably 8 to 10 more, maybe more than that at the Group of 5 level or at some other Power 4 schools. There's going to be a lot going on here in the next couple of months.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, it's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Do we need to go on contestant? Are we good?
No, I lost yesterday.
We have Sheldon.
That's right. Sheldon's back. Yeah. All right, so Sheldon will either choose Marsh or me. Jamie had to split. We don't know where he had to go. So
make like a banana. And split.
Yeah, well done.
You like that?
I do.
Yeah,
it's good. All right, Gauntlet next on 101 ESPN.
warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
4:02, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we welcome back Sheldon, who beat Carey yesterday in the Gauntlet. What's up, Sheldon?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's going okay, man. Do you want to take on Marsh or me in the Gauntlet?
Well, I will hope for an emotional letdown with the big win last night and go with you, Anthony.
Okay, yep.
Makes sense.
It's a good call. Yeah, I'm flying high with the old Chippewas, but maybe emotionally tapped.
Probably.
At 4 o'clock here. All right, Sheldon, good luck.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks.
All right, Sheldon. Anthony is heading out to the cone of silence. Tell Marsh to spin that wheel. He's out of here.
All right, Marsh, spin that wheel.
Now, what category are you hoping for today? I think you said it. Yeah, well, I don't know. Did you say it yesterday?
I said random pool with me. With Anthony, I want to avoid hockey, but the wheel's going to decide anyway. So.
All right. Well, Marcia, you want to let him know?
Yeah, how does football sound today? You talked about the emotional letdown that you hope Anthony has because of a football game that we witnessed last night.
This would be perfect.
Football sound good?
For you.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, you know how this goes. If you answer the question correctly without the options, you get 2 points. If you answer correctly with the options, you get 1 point. And if you answer incorrectly, you get 0 points. Are you ready, Sheldon?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, here we go. Which team is the only team to defeat Alabama so far this season?
Shoot. I don't think it's Florida. Let me get the options.
Vanderbilt, Florida State, or Georgia?
Oh, it was Florida State. It wasn't Georgia. Yeah, I'm going to take Florida State. Final answer.
Question number 2. The Tennessee Titans' lone win so far this season came against which team?
I got a buddy that's a Titans fan. He'll kill me for not knowing this. Let me take the options.
Options are the New Orleans Saints, the Arizona Cardinals, or the New York Football Giants.
It's even worse because I'm a Cardinals fan. It was the Cardinals by like a point. Arizona Cardinals, final answer.
Question number 3. Which team scored the most points in a single game this season in college football? This team put up 77 points against East Texas A&M.
Pretty sure Alabama put up 70 against somebody, but it wasn't them. I'll take the options.
Is it Alabama, Florida State, or USC?
You said Florida State was an option?
Mm-hmm.
I know Alabama put up points. I just don't think that was the opponent. I'll take Florida State. Final answer.
And question number 4. Name the only college football team still winless on the season.
I'll take the options.
Options are Oregon State, Massachusetts, or Middle Tennessee State.
I know Oregon State was not very good. What were the other 2 options?
Massachusetts or Middle Tennessee State?
Give me Middle Tennessee State. Final answer.
All right, Sheldon, we're going to bring Anthony back in here. How you feel?
I am mad at myself for not knowing the Titans question.
Okay.
But other than that, maybe.
All right, Anthony, how are you, sir?
Good.
How was the cone of silence?
T-Bone Ryder was in there. Matthew Chambers was in there. Yeah.
It wasn't silent at all.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Nope.
You ready to go? Feel good?
Yeah.
You got football today.
Oh, okay. I like football.
Marcia, tell him.
Pack a lunch.
All right.
All right, here we go. Which team is the only team to defeat Alabama so far this season?
Florida State. Final answer.
Question number 2. The Tennessee Titans' lone win so far this season came against which team?
That was against the Arizona Cardinals, the DeMarcado game. So, Cardinals, final answer.
Which team scored the most points in a single game this season in college football? This team put up 77 points against East Texas A&M.
That's a good question. 77 points, you say. Against who? East Tennessee State?
East Texas A&M.
Oh. I'll get the options.
Alabama, Florida State, or USC?
Alabama. I don't think it's Alabama. USC or who?
Florida State.
I'll go with USC. Final answer.
And question number 4. Name the only college football team still winless on the season.
They played last night, and they do belong to the MAC, although we don't claim them. The UMass Minutemen. UMass. Final answer.
All right. Let's go here. Well, let's start at question number 3. Which team scored the most points in a single game this season in college football? This team put up 77 points against East Texas A&M. Sheldon said Florida State. Anthony said USC. You both needed the options. Correct answer is...
It's Florida State.
Oh.
It's Florida State.
Uh-oh.
Let's go to question number 1. Which team was the only team to defeat Alabama so far this season? Sheldon, you said Florida State. Anthony, you said Florida State. Correct answer is...
Once again, it's Florida State.
Florida State twice. 2-2. Good job, guys.
Oh, so he needed the options?
He needed the options.
Okay,
yes.
got it.
2-2. Question number... Let's go to this question. The Tennessee Titans' lone win so far this season came against which team? Sheldon, you said, it's the Cardinals. That's my team. Anthony, you said, it's the Cardinals. DeMarcado fumbled the ball. Correct answer is...
It is the Arizona Cardinals.
But Anthony did not need the options. Sheldon did. He forgot his team. 3 for Sheldon, 4 for Anthony.
I would try and forget that game, too.
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
Comes down to this. Name the only college football team still winless on the season. Anthony, you chuckled. You said, this team belongs to the MAC. Massachusetts. Sheldon said Middle Tennessee State University. Sheldon.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose.
Not today.
It is UMass. Anthony got you 6-3 today.
Tough battle.
Good job, Sheldon.
Sorry, Sheldon. Good job, though.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for playing.
Sheldon.
Thanks for listening.
Anthony, that was up your wheelhouse. That was right. That was right where you needed it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a middle.
That was one pitch, one zone.
Yeah, man. You didn't even have to look anywhere else.
Nah. I wasn't looking curveball or anything. It was fastball, middle.
Right down the pipe.
Yeah. I took the 3-0 count and went right down the middle there on the USC one, but nonetheless. All right. Sheldon seemed upset.
He was. I think he was frustrated.
But he's a competitor, so I don't expect him to play another way.
I think he was upset because he knew the first 2 questions,
and he took the
right
options.
away when he took the options. He heard the options and was like, he knew it. Yeah. And now that wasn't the difference. You still would have won by 1 point, but it's tough.
Yeah. Well, Sheldon's going to be better because of today.
Yeah.
I believe that in my heart.
Anthony, you're doing pretty well these last 24 hours.
Oh, yeah, the chips, they're rolling. Gauntlet victory.
Yeah. And not only a gauntlet victory, but a chance to put down another MAC team.
Yeah, very true. Very true. The one MAC team that I don't even think should be in the MAC. So
there you go.
All of this, of course, will come to a screeching halt noon on Sunday.
And UMass, as we know, a bitter rival of Mizzou.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Those two teams play.
thing?
They play all the time.
That's a football thing, Carey.
Yeah, they play all the time.
Do they?
They love playing each other. Yeah. Mizzou very smart to schedule UMass consistently. All right, we have your shot to score a set of Cardinals weekend packs for the 2026 St. Louis Cardinals season. The Cardinals weekend pack includes 2 tickets to 10 Cardinals games next season. All Friday, Saturday, or Sunday home games are included in the pack, including matchups with the Boston Red Sox and the Chicago Cubs. Here's your trivia question today. Do you guys remember what the trivia question was yesterday?
No.
Yes.
Marshy?
I do. The question yesterday was strikeouts.
Which Cardinals batter had
strikeouts.
Yeah, the most strikeouts.
Yes.
Correct answer with 142 Ks was
Wilson Contreras.
Wilson Contreras is the correct answer. So why don't we flip this? How about we go from a pitching standpoint? Who finished second behind Sonny Gray in strikeouts for Cardinals pitchers? Who struck out the second most batters behind Sonny Gray this season for the Cardinals? Text in to the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646 for your chance to win. Cardinals ticket packs are on sale. You can find all the St. Louis Cardinal ticket pack information now at cardinals.com/tickets. NFL ask NFLPA to stop player surveys of teams. What's this all about? We'll get into it next on 101 ESPN. Hey, St. Louis, the countdown to Thanksgiving is on, and Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken and Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill are teaming up with Coca-Cola and us, 101 ESPN, to support Operation Food Search. We help local families right here in our community this holiday season, and you can be a part of it as well. Now through November 21st, you can drop off non-perishable food items at any Lee's or Hot Shots location. Every donation makes a difference, putting meals on tables and hope in the hearts across the St. Louis area. And here's a little extra holiday cheer for you. When you donate, you'll get a free Coca-Cola beverage, limit 1 per person per day. Plus, you'll be entered to win $100 gift cards from Lee's and Hot Shots and even hockey tickets from us. It's a win-win. You give back, you feel great, and you could score some awesome prizes on top of that. So let's show what St. Louis Pride is all about. Let's step up. Let's spread kindness. Help make this Thanksgiving season a little brighter for everyone. Drop off your donations today at any Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken or Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill location and be a part of something good, powered by Coca-Cola and 101 ESPN. 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Kerry Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. Jamie had a doctor's appointment to get to, so he'll be back with us tomorrow. All right. The NFL and the NFLPA. The NFL has asked the NFLPA to stop player surveys for teams. The NFL filed a grievance against the Players Association about their yearly grades that they give out on each team. The players give grades on facilities, treatment of families, training staff, food, and much more. So they do this without having to fork over their name and who they are and all that. What do we think about this process from the NFL? Because I feel, guys, it's kind of hypocritical. If you're going to ask, and Kerry, you at least know what happens at the combine. Yeah, talking to former teammates or players now or kids maybe that you've coached. You know what the combine's all about. They ask these players everything. They're so intrusive during these interviews and such that we have heard some of the completely out of bounds and not associated football questions.
I think it was Des Bryant that got asked some really personal questions when he was coming out of Oklahoma State.
And he's one of many.
Yeah, and some really, really, really horrible things that were alleged that was asked about some of his family. But the fact that the NFL is bothered by players grading their team's facilities, the food that they are being served, how the training staff is doing, whether it's really well or really poorly in terms of getting guys prepared to get back on the field or keeping guys, healthy enough to be able to play. I said food, just the overall treatment from the people in the building, and then game day experience for their families, how the families are being treated. The fact that the NFL is bothered because your grades are so low, you're focusing on the wrong people.
Right.
Like you're focusing, don't do that anymore. No, stop that. How about you talk to the people that are actually the party that is the problem, which is the NFL. If they're serving crap food, if they're treating people poorly, if they're not taking into consideration, how their athletes are being treated in terms of the health of those athletes and getting them back on the field, if the facilities are terrible and run down and not being taken care of in that manner, how about you focus on that?
Yeah.
How about you talk to the billionaire owners and say, hey, man, why is your staff so rude to these families when they come in?
Yes.
Why is this an issue year after year? Do better, be better, but instead you would rather focus on the people that are actually telling you what's going on. And then I'll take it a step further, because one thing that I think is important in this, when you're talking about the overall treatment of employees, it's not just football players in that building. Like when we go to work, and I tell people it's work. It was work. It wasn't. We didn't go to practice. We went to work. I went to work at 7:30 and had meetings all day, and then I went on the football field and practiced, and I had more meetings, and I had to lift. Like it was work. But there are other people in that building as well that aren't playing on Sunday. So if you're treating the people that play on Sunday poorly, I can't imagine how poorly those people in the building are being treated that are, in finances or in media or doing, whatever they're doing to try to help this team and this organization be the best that it can be. So it's not only helping the players, but situations like that are also helping the people in that building that don't have a voice. They can't tell the NFLPA we're being treated like crap, or can't get on social media and say we're being treated like crap.
Yeah.
It helps everyone. So that the fact that the NFL has an issue with it is a weird thing for me.
There's a book that was written by Simon Sinek that and he's written a couple of different books that are fantastic. If you've ever kind of seen him on social media, a lot of his clips and videos on leadership are often posted there. But the book was called Start With Why, How Great Leaders Inspire Everyone to Take Action. And it was audio. I listened to the audiobook version of it. And it's been a couple of years now, but the message always stuck with me. He in the book, Kerry, he would highlight companies and either talk about where they went wrong or discuss why they've become great.
Right.
And one of the companies he talked about was Costco.
Okay.
And Costco, their entire model is treat the employee the best.
Yeah.
And he talked in the book about how a lot of companies might focus on the customer,
right?
But Costco's model is if we take care of our employees, they will then in turn take care of our customers. So
it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, when it comes to benefits or working hours or whatever it is, like how they go about taking care of their employees, it winds up coming out in the how they treat their employees. A lot of companies will ask why we do something. Not how, not what we do, but why. And this whole situation reminds me of that, and I think you're spot on.
Yeah.
If these teams, I think the Arizona Cardinals are one of those teams that wind up at the bottom
of the
rung.
list every year.
Maybe the Bengals and I apologize if I got some of these teams wrong, but if I remember correctly, like for a while it was always Daniel Snyder and the Washington Redskins, just because the working conditions and things like that. They used to talk about being in cubicles it was like one floor and like the working conditions were awful. It wasn't just cubicles, but if these companies, like you're saying, these teams say, okay, why don't we take care of these guys? Not just the athletes, but the training staff, the doctors, the trainers, the nutritionists, the chefs, the assistants that aren't making the $1 million that the head coaches are. We take care of everybody.
Right.
And we just become one of these facilities that pour back into the employee in this case. I don't think there's I think there's a connection between how you do something and winning.
Yeah.
Focusing on the details. So I completely agree with what you said.
I think when you treat people well, like you said, when you treat your employees well, I think they are more motivated to work their butt off, to do more, to go above and beyond because they know that they're being treated fairly, being treated well, being paid and compensated well, where they don't have to look around and think about, it's other issues that they have going on. When you treat people fairly, they tend to be good employees and they tend to work their butts off and they tend to do the things that you need them to do without constantly harping on. And then when you do have an issue with performance, that same person is going to be like, yeah, you're right. You're right. I can be better. I know I didn't get that done well enough. Let me get that corrected for you, sir. Ma'am, I apologize. I messed that up. I fast laned that up. I got you.
Right.
Whereas you treat them poorly, like, man, I got brother.
I don't need to yell.
Bleep to do. Get the hell out of my face. You gonna fire me, whatever.
Totally.
I get it done when I get it done.
And doesn't that apply to everything?
Everything. That's why I say how you treat people matters more than anything else. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how much money you don't have. Like when you treat people right, they tend to good energy tends to come back to you. When you treat people poorly, you wonder why you always have negative things that are happening in your life.
And Carey, you coach at the high school level. You've probably seen teams. I'll just use the example of me being a parent watching, like when my kids are playing softball or baseball or whatever, and I wind up talking to either another parent or assistant coach, and inevitably it's like, man, that team's so good. Man, they got all the best players. Well, they also play defense.
Right.
The players know where to go with the ball. They are watching their teammates in the dugout. Like it filters through. And then we might look at our team or another team and none of the players are paying attention. They don't know where to go. They don't want the ball to be hit with them. They're not properly dressed. And it's little things. So it just facilitates all the way through. It does exactly. So I think the NFL, like you're saying, as we've come full circle here, the NFL asking the NFLPA to stop player surveys and teams, you're right. They're concentrating on the wrong thing. They shouldn't be offended by this.
No.
They should be offended by some of the conditions that are being discussed in these surveys.
We got a text saying, Anthony, what was the name of the book again?
Oh, yeah, no problem. Start with Why. Start with Why. Yep, it starts with Why. And it's written by Simon Sinek. And he suggests that inspiring leaders and organizations start by communicating their purpose, cause, or belief, the why, before explaining the what or how they do it. So it's kind of like Nike. He goes into the explanation on Nike and the Just Do It slogan was actually intended for people that are like running, that decide to run and it's cold out and it's raining and whatever. Just do it. And that's where the slogan comes from. And Nike wanted to be with those people, have the apparel and everything on, and just say, just go, just push it. So it's not, hey, we make clothes. No, we're going to be there for you when it's cold out, raining, whatever. So that's one small example that he discusses. It's a fascinating book. Maybe I'll listen to it again, Kerry.
Yeah.
All right, it's Fascinating on 101 ESPN. We've got Bet the Board. I know that Kerry, you got some. Yeah, you got some room to make up here.
Yeah, stunk it up last night.
That's all right.
It's all right.
That's all right.
It's ball.
Would you admit that you underestimated the Chippewas?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, thank you.
I would admit that I overestimated the Buffalo Bulls.
I think you're right. You underestimated those Chippewas. Good call.
Yeah.
All right, it's Fascinating on 101 ESPN. Bet the Board is next. Tonight we got the Jets and the Patriots in the NFL Thursday Night Football. Not a great matchup, right? Well, you know what? It's still a great matchup if you're playing on underdog, and you can play right here in our state of Missouri. It's easy to play on underdog. Just choose whether or not a player in tonight's matchup will go higher or lower on their stats. That's it. I like Travion Henderson to go off. I think he goes higher than 72.5 rushing yards. On the other side, you saw Breece Hall. He had a big game last week. I like both running backs. In fact, I like Breece Hall to go higher than 58.5 rushing yards. But it's not just rushing yards they have. Of course, they got Justin Fields, quarterback play. They got passing touchdowns. They've got passing yards. They've got receptions. They even got things like targets. You could choose whether or not a certain player will go higher or lower on their targets in the passing game. Playing on underdog's a lot of fun. Get your entries right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you can play for as little as $1 if you want to. So download the app today or go to the Underdog Fantasy site. Sign up with my promo code. Just punch in my first name, Anthony, to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, don't forget that promo code, Anthony, when you sign up at Underdog, where you can make plays and win money. Must be 18 or older and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncbgambling.org.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Tonight, we have Thursday Night Football for you right here on 101 ESPN. Patriots and Jets. Pregame starts at 6:30. Kickoff is at 7:15. Tomorrow, the Blues are back in action, and they'll go up against the Philadelphia Flyers. Pregame for that one starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. Time to bet the board. And Marsh, I know you and I did quite well last night, and I know that Carey and Jamie did not.
That's correct.
What happened?
Can you go ahead? I forget some of the plays we all made last night and whether or not we hit. And I thought we did. But
So, Anthony, I went first.
Yeah.
And I chose the Central Michigan University Chippewas on the money line.
That was a good pick, I think.
Yeah. Anthony, you went with the Central Michigan University Chippewas at -1.5.
Okay.
Both of those plays hit.
Did they?
They did, yeah.
Oh,
they did, yeah.
Okay, good. Well, good for us, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Let's look at Jamie and Carey. So Carey actually picked the team that the Chippewas played last night.
No, he didn't.
Buffalo.
He's usually an NBA guy.
No, he went with Wednesday Night Action, Anthony.
Wow.
He took Buffalo on the money line, and then Jamie actually took Buffalo at +1.5.
You're kidding me.
I'm not. I swear.
It's almost as if they
cheat, Anthony.
It's almost as if they did it on a spite, Marsh.
I would hope not.
I would hope not.
One would hope not.
I mean, why else would you go against Chippewas?
Why else would you pick Maction?
Yeah. Well, I know I'd pick Maction, but those guys they're NBA and they're
first period over.
Yeah. So very surprising. Okay, so what are the points then?
All right,
after they blew it last night?
Yeah, absolutely. Both of those. It's crazy that they would sort of throw their pick away because they both have 2 points in the month of November.
Oh, just awful.
I know. Anthony, I have 5 points, and you're right behind me with 4.
Good, Marsh. Well, nice job. Good start for you and I.
Absolutely. So tonight, I'm sticking with football. Thursday Night Football, Patriots, Jets. I'm looking at Demario Douglas to have 25-plus receptions tonight. Not receptions. I'm so sorry. That's actually insane. That's insane. Thank you for making a face at me.
Why did you do that?
I was so shocked.
Why?
I was so shocked when he said it. That was my natural reaction.
Why did you gave
I'm telling you, my natural reaction was
what I wrote down.
Stunned.
You should have turned your head. 25-plus receptions?
I can't wait. Hold on. Watch my face. Watch my face on it.
Why did you give him? You gave him an indication. 25-plus receptions. Oh, sure. Okay.
That's not what I meant.
And you should have kept the feet moving.
I was so stunned. I couldn't help it.
Let me redo that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Demario Douglas, 24-plus. No, I'm kidding. Demario Douglas, 25-plus receiving yards.
That makes more sense.
Receiving yards.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay.
And that number right now is at -122.
Okay. Marsh, get me down for a Travion Henderson anytime touchdown at -150. Yeah, -150. It comes in right there. He can run one in. He can catch one.
Well, it's nice that he's actually getting touches.
Yeah, he should. He's looked good. So it's right at the threshold, -150.
Jamie texted this in, and it was so weird when he said it. He was looking at the Troy game.
Which Troy game?
Troy versus Old Dominion.
Okay, yeah,
tonight.
that's a good matchup.
Yeah,
sure.
You know about it. And he said, for whatever reason, give me those Troy
Trojans.
Is that their name?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me them to win by 43.
What do you mean?
Plus 11,000.
They got to win by 43.
Yeah, they got to win by. That was his play.
Okay. Now what's
Win
the?
by
Do you know?
43 points.
And that play's already in, so we're done.
Yeah.
But what is the point spread in that game?
1,100, you said?
Plus 11,000.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're plus 10, right? They are underdogs, but he's got them to win by 43.
Hey, you never know, right?
You
He must
never
have a
know.
hunch.
He feels it in his bones.
So they're a 10-point dog.
Yeah.
And he says, I don't want the 10 points.
Give me Troy to win. You want to take a look at it? You can.
No,
to win
no,
by,
I
to win
trust
by
you.
43.
I believe him.
Yeah,
Okay, so
more 43 or more.
43
is
or more.
what- yeah, he felt that. He had a hunch.
Yeah.
I mean, you go big or go home is what they say, Anthony.
Listen, I'm not going to go against this guy.
He did yesterday. There was college basketball on the screen, and he said that's real basketball. We know that he's a college basketball guy.
He likes ball, man. He likes ball. And who am I to deny what Jamie Rivers says?
Yeah, he has a hunch.
He got
that man has won more months in Bet the Board this year.
And we're still trying to
than
figure it
ever.
out.
Yeah.
We don't know how to get to the level he's gotten to.
Not even close.
We haven't seen the things he's seen. Give me Travion Henderson over 37.5 rushing yards in the first half.
I looked at his total numbers, like 90 or something. Like,
Yeah, it felt high.
It felt high.
Yeah. But he had a good game last week.
Yeah.
So
37.5?
Yeah.
There you have it. Okay. Very surprised by Jamie's pick.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, give me 35. Over 35 yards. It's minus 146. Apologies.
So Waterboy in the Snake Pit says, I think Jamie's bet has a better chance than Marsh's 25 receptions. I don't know if I disagree with Waterboy on that one.
That's true.
I think he's right.
So is it over 35 or over 34?
Over 30. Well, 35. Over 34.5.
So it's 35 or more.
35 or more.
Okay. Well, I'm just being technical
So
here.
if it's 35, what did we do?
It'd be a push.
Does it say 35
It
plus?
says 35 plus.
It would be 35 or more.
So 35.5.
No.
34 and a half.
Either
35
over,
or more. Okay, so 34.5.
So 35 or more.
Or more.
Yes.
See, this is what I do.
146.
I make sure your pick is correct. You,
I
on the other
appreciate
hand,
it.
make sure that I don't get the correct pick
Nah,
that I
this wasn't
intended
about
for.
you. This was him. You said what you said. I didn't
And
judge
you
it.
said what you said, and there's a possibility that you could push.
You know what? You're right. Thank you,
And
Marcy.
I'm looking
I
out for
apologize. I got to be better.
I gave you that look.
Yeah, he helped
did.
you. We're all helping one another.
You did
right?
give me the look.
And
you
we're
and I are-
helping Jamie because he got.
Well, he
got
texted us, and we're just relaying his information.
Yeah, we're not really helping
43.
him. We're just relaying what he said.
Win by 43 points.
He goes, give me them Trojans by 43 or more. I don't know why you didn't just take them as a dog, but
I don't know either, man.
you know, who am I to
He said
judge?
go big or go home, you
Yeah,
know.
he certainly
Plus
did.
11,000. He's all for it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if he had 25 receptions tonight?
That would be incredible.
That'd be insane.
Now, he has gotten more looks because of
For
Keyshawn Boutte being out, but 25 seems a tad high.
It'd be a huge jump from the 2 receptions that he had last week.
Yes.
So,
All right. Hey, please support Countdown to Thanksgiving. It's a campaign to benefit Operation Food Search. You've heard me talking about this as well. It's all hosted by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, Coca-Cola, and us, 101 ESPN. You can drop off a non-perishable food donation at any area Lee's or Hot Shots now through next Friday, which is November 21st. And every donation earns a free Coca-Cola beverage, one per customer per day. All food collected will go to Operation Food Search to help local families in need. And, you know, we've all seen this. We've seen how right now is an important time to support our local area food banks as the weather's getting colder and, you know, people certainly in need of donations and things like that. So each donor can also get entered to win a prize package that includes gift cards to Lee's, Hot Shots, and hockey tickets. So get all the details on the Countdown to Thanksgiving to benefit Operation Food Search now at 101ESPN.com. We've got Patriots-Jets. Pre-game at 6:30, kickoff at 7:15 right here on 101 ESPN. We got our Pick'em Challenge picks coming up next here in the Fast Lane.
ready to pick 'em. It's the Fast Lane Football Pick'em Challenge on 101 ESPN.
Refreshed by Bud Light, official beer of the NFL. Easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly.
Well, we got some work to do in the NFL Pick'em Challenge against the Rizzuto Show. We're now down 6 wins to 4. So we got some ground to make up, boys.
We got time.
We got a little
Don't
time
panic.
here. Yep.
This is like when offensive coordinators are down by 10 or 14 in the second quarter and they start throwing the football, right? You don't have to.
Gotta get it back.
No. You can't get it all back right now. You just take your time, run your game, do your job. Figure out, do the game plan that you came in here with, right? Make some adjustments, adapt here and there. Yeah. But do not start airing the damn ball out because what's going to happen? You're going to turn it over. Now it's 21-0 before halftime.
Yeah.
Now when you get to the third quarter, you're really stressing. Finish this drive out with a touchdown, with points. Don't panic, Anthony. Trust me.
Don't
I know
get down
these things.
63-3.
Whoa. Okay.
Who was down 63-3?
Central Michigan against Michigan.
Oh.
He thought I was going Illinois.
Yeah, I
But
did.
if I would have done that, I would have said 60-7 or something.
Yeah, 63-10.
63-10.
You be careful, though, buddy. You know?
That's why, hey, you were right when you said Illinois and Central Michigan are basically the same. You said that to me in the office. They both gave up 63 to a Big Ten opponent.
Not quite what I meant.
You were right.
Okay.
We're all on the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Dolphins and Commanders. I don't trust. It's weird. I don't trust either team. I think I trust the Commanders less.
I agree.
I don't think Dan Quinn's a great coach at all.
Yeah,
I think he got hyped up in Dallas
for a long time.
He got hyped up in Dallas because he had a bunch of key players, and he was smart not to take that job. But then he goes to Washington. He's got Jaden Daniels, who was Superman a year ago. And as soon as Jaden Daniels wasn't, or he was unavailable, what are they leaning on?
Well, if anybody doesn't have a quarterback, you don't have your quarterback. You got nothing.
Give me the Dolphins.
I got Dolphins, too.
I also have the Dolphins. They showed us something last week.
Yeah, they're going to stink it up this week.
Maybe.
Just wait and see. They're going to
Typically,
stink.
that's what they do.
They showed us what they're capable of, and then they're going to pull it right from up under your head. Don't get excited. You people, don't get excited.
They showed us who they really are.
Yeah.
And nonetheless, we're on the Dolphins. I got the Panthers, who beat Atlanta earlier this year, 35-0. Went into Atlanta last year, Week 18, when the Falcons still had an outside shot of making the playoffs, and beat them there. Bryce Young looks like Bryce Young until he faces the Falcons. When he faces the Falcons, Bryce Young turns into some combination of Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and Tom Brady.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a really good player.
He's incredible when he plays them. Incredible. So give me them Panthers.
I think I got the Panthers as well.
Really?
Good call.
Yeah, I think I'm on the Panthers.
I'm going with the Falcons this week. Anthony, you've had a good couple of days. I think that goes into the weekend. A lot of noise surrounding Michael Penix Jr. You know, we've criticized him. Now there's this whole audio thing. I think that he shows up this week. I think the Falcons show up this week. It's hard to beat a team twice. You know, it's a divisional game. They're they're not on the road this time. They're at home. Panthers, I still find them to be inconsistent. Their record shows that. So I think the Falcons prevail this week, and you can walk in on Monday and feel good.
Wow.
Head held high.
All right. Well, I like what you're preaching, Marsh. I don't know if I believe it, but I like what you're preaching. Buccaneers go on the road against the Bills. I was tempted to take the Bucs in this spot, but the Bills have typically looked good after losses. When they lost to Atlanta, they rebounded the following week and they blew out Carolina. When they lost to, there was somebody else they lost to earlier in the year, they responded well. The
Patriots.
The Chiefs.
Who? The Buccaneers?
No, the Bills.
The Bills.
They lost to the
Bills
Patriots.
beat the Chiefs.
Patriots.
Yeah.
Regardless.
They lost to the Falcons, the Heat.
The Heat? They lost to the Heat? They played them in basketball?
They might as well have. They lost to the Falcons, the Dolphins and the Patriots, if I'm not mistaken.
They have. Either way, I like them in a rebound spot. Tampa's still a little beat up. I'll take the Bills at home.
Okay. I got the Bills as well.
I also have the Bills. They're at home. They're a better home team. I like everything you just said. Josh Allen, there's some question marks right now surrounding that team as a whole. Jamie. And I think they respond well this week. But then we'll have question marks if the Bills do get it done. We'll have to have some serious talks about where the Buccaneers are heading right now.
Yeah, which could be second place behind the Carolina Panthers after they beat the Falcons. All right.
Wow.
I got the Chargers over the Jaguars. I picked the Texans last week, and I look like an idiot for I always look like an idiot, but I looked like an idiot for about 2.5 quarters until the Texans came back. I don't think Jacksonville's very good.
I don't either.
Defensively, I don't think they're good.
Last week, you can't finish that game. They were up, I think, 2 or 3 touchdowns at one point.
Easily.
17 points or more.
They're up 3 possessions at least.
And you lost that game. So, yeah, I'm out on them. Give me the Chargers.
Chargers.
All right, moving on. I got Marsh's Vikings.
Can you stop that,
at
please?
home.
Proud of you, man.
Against the Bears. Bears been walking the tightrope here recently. Could have easily lost to the Bengals. They rallied back. Good job. They deserve praise. But they almost blew that one. Last week, they had to come all the way back against the Giants at home. Jackson Dart gets hurt in that one. Give me the Vikings. I think Brian Flores has got something cooking for Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams this weekend.
I got the Bears. I got the Bears. I don't know why you don't, but it's okay.
I just told you.
Well, I don't think that's a good reason.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I could be wrong, though.
I don't think there's going to be a reason I gave you that you're going to flip. You're a pretty headstrong guy. Some would say stubborn, but I don't say that.
Very stubborn.
Speaking of stubborn, Kevin O'Connell, stubborn in his play calling. Loves to throw the ball. Doesn't want to run the football. Now, they'll probably throw a lot because the Bears, their pass rush, not that great. So, I have the Bears for obvious reasons. I like fading the Vikings, even though I'll be rooting for them. But one thing to note, J.J. McCarthy, he's 2-2. Sure, 2-2. Both of his wins, NFC North victories.
That's
so he's
right.
2-0 against the division, which is pretty solid. So, Anthony, you might be onto something.
He owns the division, Marsh. He owns the division.
That was Aaron.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Everybody's got the Packers over the Giants despite the struggles.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody taking the Bengals over the Steelers?
I am.
Are you?
Yep.
Okay. I don't think the Bengals do it two times in a row, especially in Pittsburgh.
Coming off a bye week, I think they're going to throw that football around.
Oh, they'll definitely throw the football around.
They're going to throw it around.
I got Pittsburgh coming off the loss at home. I don't think they lose to the Bengals 2 times this season.
Are they celebrating anything this week?
No, they did just sign Asante Samuel Jr., who hopefully can help that secondary. They got to figure out how to get Aaron to ball.
You got your Steelers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody got the Texans over the Titans?
Yep. Yeah.
All right. 49ers over the Cardinals?
Yes.
Okay. What about who do you guys got for the Seahawks-Rams?
Me them Rams.
I have the Seahawks.
I took the Rams in an absolute coin flip.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to flip right now. I watched what Sam Darnold did last year against the L.A. Rams. Couldn't beat them. He had 2 opportunities to beat those L.A. Rams. Couldn't get it done.
Wow.
I'm flipping right now.
Holy smokes. Okay.
Although Seattle is, I believe, undefeated on the road.
Seattle's a juggernaut. But I got the Rams. Ravens. I got the Ravens over the Browns.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Ooh, what?
I do, but I was contemplating. That was a divisional game.
Weren't.
I really was.
Why?
I don't know.
Dylan Gabriel over Lamar?
It's not that simple.
You're thinking of Myles Garrett.
Yeah, you better believe it. As should the Baltimore Ravens. The hell?
Okay.
Better block that guy.
I got the Chiefs over the Broncos. I feel like this is like when Kansas City says, "Hey Denver, what you're doing is adorable.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough." This is where the Chiefs start to ascend. They make their climb back up to the AFC West number 1 spot. Give me the Chiefs on the road against Denver.
I have the Chiefs as well.
Yeah. You don't like. I was about to say, Marsh, if you take the Broncos, I'd be shocked. You've been calling them smoke and mirrors for a week.
Calling them frauds.
Frauds, even.
Fraudulent.
I know Carey's going to go with the Eagles.
You better believe it, buddy.
But do you have the Lions?
I do.
So do I.
I have the Lions winning on the road.
Sunday Night Football.
In the link?
Yeah.
You guys are crazy.
I think that team's better than Philly.
You want to see, like,
Now, it'd be a shame if they lost, but
how you bait people in? So AJ Brown's doing. Just come on, come on.
I did say, what did I say, Anthony? I could see AJ Brown having a huge game.
He's gonna go 170, and 2 tutties.
Jalen Hurts, 170 passing yards.
No.
I could see that.
AJ Brown, 170 receiving yards.
Write me down. 170 receptions.
One game.
I'll take DeMario Douglas, 25 receptions. Say what, Marsh? All right, let's wrap it all up. Cowboys, Raiders. I don't like anything about the Raiders except for their uniforms.
Cowboys.
And their rich history. Give me the Cowboys.
I have the Cowboys as well.
All right. There's your Pick'em challenge here in the Fast Line on 101 ESPN. We have part 1 of our Sports Six-Pack coming up next. The Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646. Send in any questions you have. We'll answer them next.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store will guide you through the entire replacement process.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality with Marvin at Fisher Window and Door. Online at fisherwindow.com.
WXOS, WXOS HD1 East St. Louis, 101 ESPN is driven by Brown and Crouppen Law Firm. It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
5:03, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Kerry Davis and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Send in your Air Comfort Service text line questions to 314-399-9646. Any questions that you have, keep them rolling in. We got a couple of six-packs to get to, so fire away, Marsh.
Question number 1.
All right, from the 314, would you trade either J.J. Weatherholt? Geez, this was like the Mike Liute thing yesterday.
Yeah, that was rough from me. Sorry to Mike Liute. You know, sometimes you just get in that.
I was watching a video that kind of showed that where people were saying words that they couldn't get it out. They were like,
Yeah.
She was trying to say hand sanitizer. She kept saying sanitizer. She just,
right.
Things like that. It happens.
It does. And you know
sometimes
what?
your brain just locks up.
There is a video like the one you just described of a woman that was doing a local TV report. She was somewhere and her brain just completely stopped, and anything that was coming out of her mouth, it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Everybody's laughing. I'm like, this is horrible. She couldn't control in that moment.
I think she had a stroke.
Okay, there.
Yeah.
So
seriously. I think that woman, I think she was having a stroke.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that was.
Now, I wasn't yesterday, fortunately, when I was trying to say Mike Liute.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't do it,
You said it a couple
guys.
times.
Yeah.
You tried it. We got you together. That's what teammates do.
Damn right.
You know?
Thanks, Kerry.
No problem.
Let me try this again. From the 314, would you trade either J.J. Weatherholt
nailed it
or Cardinals' top pitching prospect or Fernando Tatis Jr.?
No.
Neither?
Nah.
I agree.
Really?
Yeah. You can get I wouldn't. Well, what are we doing here? Like, what are you trying to do?
You're not trying to have pitching is what you're basically doing.
Cardinals need to have they need to trade for a pitcher or sign one. I think you have some money because you got rid of a few guys, some dollars. And I'm not counting nobody's pockets, but we're just basing it off of last year's salary and what they were spending. You got some money there. Make it happen.
What about J.J. Weatherholt?
No, hell no.
For Fernando Tatis?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, yeah.
No?
No.
Yeah.
No.
You got to.
You think that J.J. Weatherholt will become what Fernando Tatis Jr. is?
I mean, he better be if you're not going to give up on him.
Well, you're going to spend the money on it?
I'm not. No, of course
That's
not.
what I'm saying. The money matters, too.
You know, the other thing I kind of worry about with...
you shot down the pitching quickly.
Yeah.
But J.J. is expendable to you? Now, we're not talking J.J. McCarthy, Anthony. We're talking J.J. Weatherholt.
I know which J.J. we're talking about.
Make sure we are on the same page.
I am well aware of what J.J. we're talking about.
Come on, man.
But here's the thing, Kerry. In one instance, I'm giving up pitching. In the other, I'm not. So
in
it's
one
just
instance,
straight
you're
up.
giving up basically no salary. The other, you're giving up a lot. Hey, where you going? What else are you going to? You're not going to have no money left, man.
Well, good thing I got young pitching still.
Come on, man.
No, you come on, man.
Come on, man. Nah.
Tell him, Marsh.
Nah.
Come on, man.
Okay. You got to.
Nah.
Curb Stomp says Tatis Jr. is a pillar you need.
I do worry about Fernando Tatis ruining our clubhouse, though.
Oh, come on, you just said trade him.
I'm just saying.
Nah, you done it. You did it. It's
I
over.
wonder.
J.J. Weatherholt, sorry, didn't get to see you. You can blame Anthony Stalter.
Well, I got your Fernando Tatis.
Question number
2. I didn't sell Parkman outright. I got you an outfielder. You used to play for the Giants. Franklin, not those Giants.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of JJs, from the 636, Michael Penix Jr. or JJ McCarthy, who has the better career when it's all said and done?
I got to say J.J. McCarthy because he plays for a better organization, a smarter organization, and somebody that, in all seriousness, and I am being serious. I'm going I'm using some hyperbole, believe it or not. But he's with Kevin O'Connell. Michael Penix is with Raheem Morris and a first-time play caller in Zach Robinson.
So
loves himself some screens.
The one concern,
I love a screen right now.
The one concern,
out of my team,
we got no play action.
We have too much play action.
Well, maybe Zach Robinson and Kevin O'Connell should get together.
Well, I don't know about that.
Combine playbooks.
The one concern. So Penix has he talked about the throwing mechanics and all of those things, all those issues. J.J. McCarthy has another issue on his hands, in my opinion.
Justin Jefferson?
Man, if you watch those 2 interceptions that he threw, Justin Jefferson, and Justin Jefferson is one of the toughest, hardest playing, loves the game of football. I've never seen him respond in that way when an interception was thrown. So that, to me, signifies one or two things. Either you're putting me in a dangerous position throwing these balls, and I'm not going to die trying to catch a football with you throwing it there.
I thought you said he was a competitor.
Yeah, I'm not. You don't need to die.
Well, here's the thing. He when Kirk Cousins was throwing those footballs, he was going up there. And
Kirk threw a lot of death balls.
I don't think he threw them into safeties. Like I watched today is the
one into triple coverage.
Yeah, that's on the sideline. That was that happened today, 3 years ago.
Did
when
it?
He went up, yeah, I saw the video. Went up and caught it with one hand against the Bills. Yeah, that was on the sideline. It's triple coverage, but you got a guy throw it to him. Throwing the ball in the middle of the field, late, deep, where there's a safety there is a dangerous way to make a living. And I think that to me would be a concern for J.J. McCarthy right now. If your best player is frustrated, which it looked like he was very frustrated with J.J. McCarthy and the balls that he was throwing. For that reason, I would take Michael Penix Jr. But neither has done
squat
much of nothing yet.
Yeah.
So what I've seen from JJ is he's made, it's almost like he, as a young quarterback, he's working backwards. Like he's had some clutch moments and he's made some really good throws. But his footwork needs some help. We talked about Michael Penix Jr. Footwork needs some help. And because he's doing the same thing, he's overthrowing his receivers. So I think he's almost like working backwards because you when a quarterback focuses on like the little things and like hitting your receivers, but then they got that locked down, but can they go win a football game, right? Do they have that clutch gene in them? I've seen a little bit of that from J.J. McCarthy, whether it was his first game or the win against the Lions. But some of the other stuff that you would think would come first, it's not there yet. But I've seen signs of it.
I think J.J. McCarthy's issue is he stares down his receivers, which would lead me to believe why Justin Jefferson said, no, thank you. When those interceptions, if you're staring down, like in the NFL, you can't stare down a receiver to know that that's where the ball is going to go. You're going to get somebody hurt. And if I'm watching Justin Jefferson's body language, like that was horrible effort after both interceptions, but one in particular, like he didn't even give a damn about going to make a tackle. But I'm not making an excuse because it was terrible effort. And if I was his coach, I would tell him we can't do that. You can display your frustration. You can let me know about your frustration over here, but go get the damn guy on the ground.
Sure.
But the frustration, in my opinion, would be because you might be throwing hospital balls and Justin Jefferson wants to play for a long time. And that would be an issue.
He's played 4 games.
Marsh, I'm not saying that he's not. I'm telling you why Justin Jefferson probably did not, why he's frustrated.
Oh,
because
no, but I'm going back to
if you put him in a dangerous situation as a receiver, as anybody, I've gotten hit
I agree.
by a linebacker that I didn't see, and I told my quarterback, Kirk Kidner, hey, man, you throw that damn ball again, me and you gonna box. Because why the hell are you throwing it there when I'm all the way exposed and I damn near got my ribs broke?
Yeah.
Like, we'll box. We'll fight. Give me a ball I can catch, turn, and protect myself. And I'm a fullback. I'm catching I'm catching 4 or 5 passes a game, but I'm not a number one receiver. Like, yeah, you can't put your receivers in dangerous situations. And I think if Justin Jefferson was responding like that, and I don't know, but just watching the games, that's what it looked like to me.
My point was going back to the original question of who could have a better career. My point is the guy's played 4 games. Let's give him time to work on said things, because ultimately I feel like a lot of quarterbacks deal with these things when they first enter into the league.
Neither quarterback has played a full season. Neither.
Yeah.
And they had a split, just going to Penix real quick. They had a side-by-side of Matt Ryan's first, 9 games or whatever, and Penix's first 9 games. They're almost identical.
Yeah, that's what I showed you guys with the whole Josh Allen, J.J. McCarthy thing.
Right.
Now, I don't think that J.J. McCarthy is Josh Allen by any means.
Nor do I think Penix would be Matt Ryan, but
that's what you
they
get
could
out of
be.
Well, sure. But that's what you get out of a young quarterback.
They're not. Yeah, go ahead.
Sure they are.
Question number 3.
Still rather watch Penix throw laser beams to the sidelines 5 feet over receivers' heads than Kirko Chains dropping it down 2 yards when we need 15.
Don't hate on Kirko.
No, I will.
He's doing his best.
No, I think he's doing fine.
He's doing great.
He's got a lot of money.
I mean, by that, yeah, he is actually.
All right, from the 314. Do you think Jim Montgomery considered Jordan Kyrou's complicated relationship with Blues fans before he healthy scratched him?
No.
I don't think he gave a damn about Jordan Kyrou and how the fans view him.
Mm-mm. I don't. I think he wanted to set I don't know. You're asking me, so I'm going to speculate. I think Jim Montgomery probably thought, this is what I want to do as far as setting a standard of accountability while we're losing. And he looked at the team's highest scorer and sent him to the press box first. That's it. That's as far as this goes. I don't think it had anything to do with the fans' frustrations or anything like that.
I don't think coaches.
Who said as soon as you start worrying about what the fans think, you'll be sitting with them?
Yeah, I don't know who said it, but they are correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Good answer.
You're trying to tell me right now that we don't matter, the fans don't matter?
Oh no, I'm not saying that at all, Marsh. You guys matter more than anything to me, but not to Jim Montgomery. Sports Six Pack Part 2 next on 101 ESPN. Hey, head out to Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum for their Thankful for You sales event. It's going on throughout the month of November. They've got over 1,000 vehicles all in one location, zero nonsense. Get no payments for 6 months and thousands in dealer discounts on remaining 2025 Nissan models while they last, or 0% APR for 60 months and no money down on 2025 Muranos. And if you haven't checked out the new Murano, it is sleek. I like it a lot. I'm driving one right now. 2025 Pathfinders count for that as well, and even the 2026 Rogue Platinum, all with a lifetime warranty and a 30-day return promise. In fact, all new Nissans at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum come with a lifetime warranty and a 30-day return promise. Used cars, they got you covered there too. 0 down, no payments for 3 months on selected used vehicles at Auto Centers Nissan. So visit them online at autocentersnissan.com. When you head out to Herculaneum, tell them that Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum.
question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack is right now. Keep those questions coming into the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. Marshy, why don't you go ahead and hit us with question number 4, please?
Question number 4.
All right. This one comes from the Arnold Mule. It looks like, Carey, you actually responded to...
Oh, I didn't know you were going to use that.
Come on, Carey.
You want me to read it out loud?
Sure, that's fine.
Dude.
I don't have to.
Nah, go ahead.
I'll do it because he was punching in that keyboard. I didn't say it was.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, go ahead.
I thought it was.
Says, Carey, obviously, you reached the pinnacle of football by winning an NFL Super Bowl. Does it ever feel weird to not have scored a touchdown? I imagine it had to come in conversation, like people asking how many touchdowns you scored.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So I didn't score one in the regular season. I scored in preseason, had one call back in the regular season against the Baltimore Ravens, I believe. I recovered a fumble, and it was ruled not a touchdown because the person that fumbled it had to recover it. But no, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I was the lead blocker for Willie Parker, for Rashard Mendenhall, watching those guys. Well, not watching, but assisting those guys in scoring touchdowns. I take pride in being the lead blocker for Gary Russell when he scored his touchdown in the Super Bowl. Like, those things give me, pride and joy, because once you put your hand in the dirt, you are, especially on some teams. Now, I do wish I would have played in a Kyle Shanahan offense where, Juszczyk is getting used, man, doing all of those things. But it comes with the territory. I take pride in what I was able to do. When we were preparing for the Super Bowl, funny story, maybe not funny, but when we were preparing for the Super Bowl, Hines had messed his ankle up in the AFC Championship game. Had to come out of the game, didn't return, I don't believe. And some years they have the Super Bowl like the following week. We had a week off. If we would have had the Super Bowl that next week, I would have been playing Hines' position.
Really?
In the slot. Yeah, I was.
Wow.
I was running that week. We were prepping. I was running all of the slot receiver plays. All of those things. Yeah.
So you weren't kidding when you said you signed that MVP thing.
Oh, yeah. If Hines doesn't play, and I'm in that slot, I'm going to be blocking, but I'm going to get some routes ran too.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's cool.
Do you remember how many touchdowns you had at Illinois?
8. I know I had 4 or 6 in one year. Maybe it was 6. I had 4 in 2004 or 6. I can't remember. And then I think I had a couple here or there in other years.
Do you remember your first touchdown?
Yeah, it was against Indiana. The game where I told you that the guy almost smoked me and killed me.
Yeah.
That when the hardest hit I've ever had, I scored a touchdown. That was my first game starting at Illinois. I almost scored twice. I reached it out down on the goal line and just missed the pylon. But I scored one time in that game and almost scored another one in that game as well. That was my first touchdown at Illinois. I was starting for our starting fullback, Jamil Cook, who got hurt. So first game starting, first game scoring.
Any reception touchdowns?
Yeah, all of them were reception touchdowns.
Oh, really?
Except for maybe 2. One, I scored the go-ahead touchdown at Ohio State when we beat them in 2001. And might be another one. My best game was against Indiana again. I had like 85 rushing yards. I think 1 or 2 touchdowns at Indiana.
Nice.
In 01 as well. Yeah.
Waterboy from the Snake Pit CD, did you have any 25 reception games?
Nah. I had 10. I had 10 receptions. I had 10 receptions multiple times.
In college?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So were you like the passing back then?
Yeah, in college, I didn't come off the field. Like I played, if we were in the 2-back set, I was the fullback. If we were in a 1-back set, I was the running back.
Nice.
So because I was the best pass protector in our group, I knew all of the pass protections. I could run all of the routes, run the ball, obviously. So, yeah, I would play 100+ plays because I was also on special teams.
That's a lot, man.
Field.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I played defense in high school, but I did score a touchdown
You were also on special teams?
Well, I did one time fumble the ball. No, actually, I wasn't on special teams.
Defense? It was
I was
safe.
on defense. They just backed me up. Yep. But anyways, Marsh, I scored a touchdown as a freshman because we played both ways. We had a smaller team then.
Yeah.
Caught a touchdown on a fade route.
Your most hated play.
Hate that play. But you know what? I know why they did it.
It is poetic.
I just went right over the cornerback.
Jump ball.
Got it. Boom.
They call
got
that?
Touchdown.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Quick hands? Or not quick hands?
Late hands.
Late hands.
Oh,
Did
you
you
put 'em up
get late hands?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I probably blocked 487 times as a wide receiver.
My first
This was the
touchdown
90s, Marsh.
in high school was on a strip sack fumble.
Really?
Yeah, I just took it out of his hands.
No kidding.
So when I was in high school, our team was really good. Like we won state my sophomore year.
Nice.
And we had 2 running backs that were Division I running backs. So when I got called up to be on the varsity team, I was going to start at linebacker. And I asked the coach, I was like, Coach McCullough, who always listens, that's my guy. He's probably listening now. I said, hey, Coach, am I going to get to run the ball? Huh? This defense thing, I don't know. He's like, oh, man, did Cortland and Jameson transfer? No, Coach, they right there. He said, well, hell no, you ain't running the ball. I got 2 Division I running backs. Why the hell would I give you the ball? The hell are you? What the hell you think? I was like, oh, okay. And so when I stripped the ball in the game and returned it for it, so he's like, nah, there, you get to touch the damn ball. Don't ask again. I'm like,
That's awesome, man.
Thanks, Coach.
That's
Love
great.
You. Coach, that's my guy.
He's one state, huh? We didn't have a winning season, probably because I played a lot.
Oh,
nah, hey, listen, it happens, you know? What are you going to do? Our tight end wants
Question
Toledo,
number
though.
5.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Plays the Mac, baby.
Action.
Oh, that's why you like the Mac.
Yeah. That and he.
That I know is
He's in the Mac.
That's true.
Yeah. Fire chips, baby.
Fire up.
They played last night.
Fire up Bulls.
I heard they won.
Yeah, they caught on fire.
Oh, man. Whatever.
All right. The Bean Finder wants to know if you guys had a chance to be a ref for a game, with what sport would you choose to do?
Oh, I'd be a umpire in a baseball game.
Are we talking like professional?
Down the line where I just had to watch like the foul line and third base. That's it.
Nope, you got to watch for check swings too, and you better not call it a strike when they didn't swing.
The first base.
You're in the World
umpire
Series. They add a couple.
Yeah, I can just go way back. I'm good. Foul ball, not foul ball, and you know what? My calls can be overturned if need be.
You don't want to be behind the plate. That's where all the action is.
No.
What?
Nah.
That's a good question. I don't know. I would probably be. I guess football, but that's kind of boring. I'd probably baseball.
Well, it's really exciting.
Well, not as a referee. Not as a referee. I don't think. Not for me. Baseball. I'd be behind the plate.
Yeah, I'm picking the one with the less cardio.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do
hockey,
soccer.
A lot of cardio, soccer, cardio, football. I'm sure there's cardio when you got to run down the field.
Oh, sure. I wouldn't do soccer for the cardio and because I wouldn't know what's a penalty and what's not.
Well, I feel like that plays a part as well.
Yeah, the coaches would be like, that's offsides. I'm like, what's offsides? I can't tell. You know? I'd be like congratulating them on their tackles and stuff like that. I'd be like, that's a red card. I'm like, nah, man, it was clean.
Yo,
Brought them down.
They would be mad at you.
Dropped them like a sack of onions. You know?
Yeah, no.
Just be yelling at the coaches all the time.
You would be?
Yeah. If I was reffing soccer.
You got time for that, Anthony.
I don't know what I'm doing! Exactly. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy to start on Sunday at the Cardinals. Just saw that. Ooh. So 49ers getting their starting quarterback back. Boy, Mac Jones, he made himself some money during this time.
Somebody's
going to hire him.
Yeah.
All right. It's Fast on 101 ESPN. We'll spend a couple of minutes on the Thursday night football game and maybe dive into some of the other NFL news, like the Brock Purdy situation here on 101 ESPN.
Missouri, get ready. FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, is coming soon. And starting December 1st, new customers in Missouri can get up to $300 in bonus bets when you make your first $5 bet. From touchdowns to home runs to three-pointers, with FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. Plus, with live betting, you can even get in on the action after the game has already started, all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. FanDuel is the best way to game day, and it's coming soon to Missouri. Just visit FanDuel.com/Missouri to learn more. This way, you'll be all set to bet when FanDuel goes live in Missouri on December 1st. That's FanDuel.com/Missouri. Play your game with FanDuel, the #1 rated sportsbook app. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Offer starts December 1st, 2025. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. If you missed anything from today's show, including our interview with Chris Kerber, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there. And that's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Blues back in action tomorrow, taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. Tonight, we have Thursday Night Football as the Patriots go up against the Jets. Pregame starts at 6:30. Kickoff is at 7:15. We'll have an instant replay show for you from 6 to 6:30 leading up to pregame for Thursday Night Football. And speaking of that game, we're going to dive into it next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Carey's high school coach was listening, and we appreciate. What's his name?
Coach Pacula. John Pacula. Listening. He was like, you're not running the ball as long as those guys are here. The hell do you think? I'm sorry.
Well, at least it sounds like, one, you eventually
I got
your
my
opportunity.
Chance.
And
just wasn't going to be as a sophomore.
Yeah, and he put you on defense, so clearly he saw great potential in you. I don't look. The Jets and Patriots matchup isn't very appealing.
What?
I know. Outside of the fact that the Patriots are now a team that went from under the radar, watch out for these guys, to holy smokes, like this is a good team. Mm-hmm. This is a legit good team. And now they're laying 12.5 points tonight as a home favorite against the Jets on a short week. They have now gone from being hunted to, being the hunters to being hunted.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's kind of interesting about this matchup. But the other thing that's intriguing is Mike Vrabel.
That's where I was going.
I mean, Carey, he's completely turned around this team.
Yeah, I think that's why it doesn't concern me. Because you have Mike Vrabel as the head coach, and he's won Coach of the Year. He's been a really good coach. He was a really good player in this league. He has an intensity, a focus. He played for one of the best organizations in the Patriots as a player, so he knows what it takes to have success and how to stay locked in for an entire season, as opposed to allowing kind of the emotions of week to week to sway you one way or the other. Right. You had a huge win last week in Tampa. You had to fly home. You got a short week. You're playing on Thursday, and I'm sure he has those guys prepared to play at a high level tonight without any excuses, no reasons as to why we shouldn't dominate and do all of the things that we need to do. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to be fine. I am completely surprised with the maturation and kind of the step of the step up that Drake May has taken this year in his game. I didn't see it coming at all. So I think they're going to be okay. I think they're going to be good to go.
And it's one of those deals. It's like, okay, why didn't, besides the fact that we're not NFL quarterback evaluators, but why didn't we see it coming? I unfairly blame Mitch Trubisky, because he was the last quarterback that came out of North Carolina that was overhyped, or at least going into the draft, he was hyped pretty big, and I just couldn't get him out of my brain. Plus, Drake May was in the same draft as Jaden Daniels, as Caleb Williams, as Bo Nix, as J.J. McCarthy, as Michael Penix. Mm-hmm. And he kind of got lost in the shuffle. Yeah. I loved Jaden Daniels.
You did.
I thought Jaden Daniels was going to be the top guy. I recognized Caleb Williams' talent. And then I loved Penix going back to Indiana.
Correct.
But I did not see Drake May doing anything. Mm-hmm. And to his credit, he might wind up being the most successful out of all these quarterbacks when it's all said and done.
I think he kind of got lumped into that same conversation as Mitchell Trubisky.
That's what I said. I couldn't get Mitch Trubisky out of my head.
I missed that.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah, that was kind of the book. Like Mitchell Trubisky came in, he didn't start a lot of games at North Carolina. Like you just said, those same people.
Yeah.
And you assume that he would never take this leap, but clearly he's extremely talented. He has an ability, and he's got good coaching, right? I think that plays a part in it as well. Mitchell Trubisky getting drafted to the Bears and maybe not really having the support system that Drake May has, right?
Still went to the playoffs, too.
He still went to the playoffs. So I think that Drake May has done a fantastic job, and I don't know why we didn't see it, but It was just the Mitchell Trubisky comparisons, I think, that kind of swayed me for sure in that direction.
Oh, I think I'm right there with you. The other interesting thing here with Drake May is he's not surrounded by a lot of talent. Travion Henderson is an intriguing young player, but he's not Bijan Robinson. He's not Saquon Barkley.
He's a second-round pick. He's got he get the ball in his hands.
And they're just now utilizing him. They, for whatever reason, they just kept throwing out Ramondre Stevenson, and he can continue to fumble the ball.
Yeah, even when
and
he's
it took
healthy.
an injury for Henderson to really get in there and get the reps.
And maybe that's a Vrabel thing too, where he just isn't going to put a lot on a young player right out of the gates.
For sure. I think he did the same thing with Derrick Henry, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right, because they had who did they have in Tennessee with Derrick Henry?
As the backup?
There was two. Oh, was it Chris Johnson? Like the end of Chris Johnson? There was somebody else that Marsh is right. They had somebody else there, and Derrick Henry was just kind of utilized a little bit early on. Like the tail end of Chris Johnson's.
It might have been.
I'm looking it up right now.
Marsh is on it. Stephon Diggs, this isn't the same. I know he's had a good.
Was it DeMarco Murray?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he came over from Dallas.
Yeah.
So DeMarco Murray, they signed him. They drafted Derrick Henry, and Henry was behind DeMarco Murray. That makes sense. Stephon Diggs, this is not the Diggs from Minnesota. It's not the Diggs from the first couple of years in Buffalo. But he has added a punch. But overall, Drake May's not surrounded by unbelievable talent.
No.
The defense is good, but it's not great.
Right.
Vrabel gets the most out of those guys, but they just play great, complementary football.
It's fun to watch. And again, it's very surprising, but they have done a really good job there.
They certainly have.
Yep.
Hey, don't forget, you can watch the game tonight with our guy Andrew Marsh.
Yeah.
Head down to the Hot Shots in Arnold's. Marsh is going to be there after our show. He's going to be there with Moon from the Rizzuto Show. You can get signed up for some Point and 101 ESPN giveaways. You can watch the Jets and Patriots game with the guys and, have a cold Bud Light on top of it. Again, that's tonight from 6:30 to 8:30 with Marsh and Moon and Bud Light at the Hot Shots in Arnold's.
By the way, going back to that Justin Jefferson conversation, there's actually an article that just came out from Kevin Seifert, who covers the Vikings for ESPN.com. And Jettas said that he is trying to work back to the level he reached in 2022, called it his savage mode with a fast lane it mentality. And quote, just going out there and just killing it and not worrying about the plays, not worrying about anything else. The plays.
Do you believe him?
I do believe him, yeah. There's been some...
Kevin O'Connell. What you're saying is this is more of a kind of Kevin O'Connell problem.
I don't
than
know.
a J.J. McCarthy problem.
I think it's an all-encompassing problem. I think what Carey said, there's some truth to that. I think it's just frustration from a guy that wants to win, and there's a lot of expectations for this team, and they're just simply not getting the job done right now. But, some of the people that I listen to and whatnot that cover the Vikings, they also speculate that maybe he could be frustrated at the play calling with the routes he's running and whatnot. I don't know. So I find that the plays, that sticks out to me just from what I've heard from other people's opinions. But I really don't know.
All right, Marsh, question for you.
Yeah.
Who do you trust more? And you have to choose.
Okay.
Kevin O'Connell or J.J. McCarthy? And you got to choose.
Oh, I trust Kevin O'Connell.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure.
He's proven it.
The way you've been talking, I'm just not so sure.
My big issue is I don't know as of right now if he is putting McCarthy in the best spot to succeed. I don't believe calling 48 pass plays for a guy that's in his fourth game ever in the National Football League is smart, and only running the ball 13 times when both of your running backs average over 5 yards in the last week.
It's fair.
I don't think that's a good recipe for success, especially with a guy that continues to overthrow wide receivers, doesn't have his footwork down. I don't think that's a good success for a young quarterback.
I think that's fair, Marsh. You guys want to ask me who I trust more, Penix or anybody within that Falcon organization?
No.
I think we know the answer.
Yeah. All right. We'll wrap up the show next on 101 ESPN. SLU basketball is off to a fantastic start. They're off to a 3-0 start, in fact. And this Saturday, they'll take on Grand Canyon, and they'll take on Grand Canyon, the Antelopes, the Lopes, at Chaffetz Arena at 7 o'clock. And if you haven't been to a SLU game either in a while, you've never been, it is a great spot to take the family. You can go watch the game again this Saturday night as SLU takes on Grand Canyon. This is the 111th season of Billiken basketball. It's the 18th inside Chaffetz Arena, and when I saw that, I knew they've been fantastic in Chaffetz Arena. But when I saw this statistic, man, holy smokes! The SLU is 221-79 at Chaffetz Arena all time. They're incredible. Robbie Avila leads the charge. He's averaging 16.5 a game. He's earning spots on the Naismith, Oscar Robertson, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar watch list, but he's only one of 3 1,000-point scorers on this team, along with Paul Otieno and Dion Brown. They're lighting it up early. You're going to enjoy the action. Don't miss it. SLU versus Grand Canyon, Saturday at 7 o'clock. Get your tickets now at slubillikens.com. Missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com. All the podcasts, or if you want to do it on the mobile app, it's the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts brought to you by Shave Your Door Company. Time to find out what everybody learned today. Kerry, why don't you go ahead?
I learned that Maction on a Wednesday doesn't actually start until the second half.
Some games, yeah, sure.
Nah, maybe it's just fire up chips. Didn't start till the second half. But when they started, Anthony,
they got rolling.
They got going.
I would say second quarter, but sure. Yeah, they got going.
It was 10-7 at half.
They threw the one long pass.
That
wasn't the third quarter, was it? That was the second quarter. Northern Illinois got started early last night.
Did they?
Yeah, they were up like 40-0 on UMass.
Oh, Thomas Hammock.
Yeah, they've not had a good year, those Huskies. Marsh, do you think you can name all the mascots in the, or all the nicknames, I should say, in the MAC?
In the MAC?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know all the teams in the MAC.
Go for it.
Akron.
Zips.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you said them, I could probably name them.
Kent State.
Kent State. The Golden Flashes.
Eastern Michigan.
Eastern Michigan. That's a bird.
Eagle.
It's not just a single eagle, but yes, Eagles. Yep.
Eagles. Yeah.
Eagles.
Yeah,
Eagles.
Western Michigan.
Broncos.
Thank you. Central Michigan.
Chippewas.
Chips.
Miami of Ohio.
Oh, that's the Red Hawks.
Yeah.
Yep. Big Ben went there.
Big Ben. And Ryan Terry. My teammate.
Ohio.
Bobcats.
Let's see here. Bowling Green.
Ooh, that is the Falcons.
Good job, Marshall.
Yeah, nice job. Okay.
Is that all of them?
No, you got the
that's
UMass
not.
Minutemen.
UMass, yep.
Yeah, well, you don't even count the UMass team.
Well, I don't. They shouldn't be in the MAC. No,
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm missing somebody.
Unless.
Either in Ohio. Oh, Ball State.
Oh, Cardinals.
Nice job. Yeah. Okay.
We know our Maction.
You do. I'm proud of you guys.
Yeah.
All right. What I've learned is you guys like the MAC more than I thought you.
You didn't say Northern Illinois.
Those are
Northern
Huskies.
Yeah.
And you didn't say Toledo.
The Toledo Blue Hens.
No.
That's the minor league
Delaware.
team.
Yeah, who's okay? Toledo.
Toledo.
I just saw it. I know what it is.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Marsh.
the Rockets.
There you go.
Yeah, good call.
And the Buffalo
Nah, we don't like them.
Bulls.
Yeah. Actually, they're fine. I don't care. Khalil Mack went there.
Yeah,
he did.
You know Northern Illinois since we threw them out there?
Yeah,
Did you guys
Huskies.
say it? You said
Yeah,
it?
the
Okay.
Huskies.
All right.
Which is where?
In DeKalb.
Yes, which is
Where
where
the magic happens.
where I fumbled.
I was even going to bring that up. There's a specific quarterback that played there.
In Northern Illinois?
In Northern Illinois?
Could have swore there was.
No, you think Eastern Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Romo.
I was
And
thinking
Jimmy
of,
Garoppolo?
Jimmy G, yeah.
Yeah, they went to
Eastern
Eastern Illinois.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, never mind. Forget that. That's Northern Illinois is where he fumbled.
Yes. It either comes back to that fumble or.
Best player from Northern Illinois. In your mind.
The guy that scooped that fumble up.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Give me the.
Now, if you don't know this, I'm gonna be really bothered.
Give me
because he
the-
played for your team.
The Falcons?
Yeah. Come on, man.
Oh, Michael Turner.
Michael the Burner Turner, man.
I
Come
saw,
on, man.
I saw Michael Turner play at CMU.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good then.
Yeah, Michael the Burner Turner, man.
Yes, Michael Turner. Yep. All right, go ahead, Marsh. Man, every once a day now, I hit my, because I talk with my hands, I hit my.
Yank your head down.
Yeah.
You almost pull your ears off.
Yeah. Michael Turner.
Real
Yep.
quick, I learned that the Minutemen haven't won a game this year, and they don't deserve to be in the MAC.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marsh.
All right, those guys.
Yeah.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day. Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
All right, real quick here. Third star of the day goes out to the book that Anthony mentioned earlier. I can't remember the name, but it seemed like everybody wanted to know the name and they want to buy it.
Start with Y.
Start with Y.
Yeah, start with Y.
Second star of the day goes out to Coach Pakula.
Coach Pakula, my man.
Coach
Pakula.
Pakula.
All right.
And our first star of the day, I mean, it's the Central Michigan Chippewas.
Yeah, baby, fire up chips. Well
Fire
done.
up chips.
We started with the
with
show.
them, we'll end with them.
End with
Come
the
on,
show.
man.
Absolutely.
Come on, man.
For some reason, Kerry, when you asked me that question about Northern Illinois, I was thinking of, remember that a quarterback a couple of years ago that led them like to a bowl game? They had a big season. They were ranked.
Yeah,
I was trying to think of his name, but no, Michael Turner's definitely the one. All right. We appreciate each and every one of you. See you.